We are flying into a very hot and humid Worldwide Technology Raceway. Make some noise, St. Louis. Signed, sealed, delivered. Send it. Come on. There's a lot at stake here.
Already getting wild out here.
Man, look at Alex Robinson. And he tries to risk it, but ends up fighting into the dust. Look at this, the lights are on. This is round 5 of the Formula Drift Pro Championship. Olsen gets a little too aggressive, fights out more than he can chew. Look at the proximity from Odie Bakshi. Come on, boys, let's get a winner. Odie Bakshi gets the win. Set it. We'll see you online, or we'll see you another time. Look at this, the lights are on. It's a beautiful evening here at the Crossroads. That's right, Worldwide Technology Raceway. This is round 3 of the Link Engine Management ProSpec Championship. We have 15 vehicles, 16 drivers. We'll get to that in just a little bit. Some amazing talent out here. This is round 3. There are only 4 rounds, so every round counts. So thank you for those joining us here to cheer on the up-and-coming drivers in the Formula Drift world. Again, tomorrow is round 5 of the Formula Drift Pro Championship. You see our 16 vehicles parked there. You're about to meet them. And myself, Jared Dienda, and Matt Sopa will be your tour guides up here in the booth. Our judge will be joining us here in a little bit. They're down there on the ground. They're striping the track. Get the track ready. But without further ado, if you could please stand and remove your hats for our national anthem. Thank you. Thank you so much. Again, you're about to meet your 16 drivers ready to do battle amongst each other to find out who will win. And we're doing it here under the lights. Local temp, just about 60-something degrees. It's a beautiful evening. Let's introduce you to our drivers. Without further ado, again, this is the ProSpec Championship. All of them running GT radials, all of them running Link Engine Management. And we start with the first car parked. Coming to us, he competes in the Gambler at E-Town, where we just were. He wants to make a name for himself. He planted the seed. He grew the roots. Make some noise for Trevor Root, a.k.a. Trevor Tree. He wanted his name to be Trevor Tree. So make like a tree and leave. Talking about myself. All right, moving right along down the line. Gentlemen coming to us from Florida, the Cora Works 86. Here he is. Make some noise for you. Yeah, you. Cole Richards. Up next, he's currently 3rd in points. The car number 4, red, white, and blue. It is Nate Chen. Moving on down the line, most recent winner in New Jersey in the RTS BMW. It is Connor O'Sullivan. A lot of BMWs here in the PROSPEC. The LS doctor, the drift doctor, the doctor ready to perform surgery. He's checking your heartbeat, he's checking your pulse. Make some noise for Katsanidis. Moving down the line. Again, another BMW, the yellow speed racing. Look at that mustache, look at the shades, he's ready for it. It is Corey Talaska. Up next, what's he gonna do with his hands? The pink cotton candy SRD Nissan Z. It is Cody Buchanan. It's on time, it's after hours, and we're gonna stay up late. He wants to stay until he gets on top of that podium. He is Justin Chestnut. The Race Treads girls are making their way down the line, coming to us from the 909, the 951, the Inland Empire, Sac City, sideways, Sean Illingworth. Next up, this coilover depot drift Indy. He's ready to throw down for his town. Get ready, he likes to party. He is Jeff Denat. Coming to us from Las Vegas, making history. Leticia's watching it. Hashtag Team Amanda. The United States Air Force, BMW, making history, the first ever female to podium in Formula Drift. High flying, hair whipping, Amanda Sorenson. Up next, it does matter. He's got his family, he's got his kids. Cheer him on, throwing up the horns. He got introduced to the wall, but it doesn't matter. Make some noise for Austin Matta. We got a late entry here. I hope this isn't his drift vehicle. All joking aside, he got into the wall earlier. This young buck, 16 years old, from Canada. Put your hands together for the one, the only, Jaden Drifter J. Martorana. Doing some double dipping this weekend. The fluoro nose of the S chassis doing, again, double duty here in PROSPEC and Pro. Number 119 from Idaho, it is Rudy Hansen. Our current points leader, taking a year off, and now he won at round one of our Link Engine Management PROSPEC Championship XP and S chassis. It is TLO Tommy Lemaire. And last but definitely not least, this Nissan 350Z, another driver that got intimate with the wall. Make some noise for him, Nick Jimenez. The international sign for the Jimenez throwdown right there. There are your 16 drivers, 15 vehicles. Jaden Martorana, his team working on their vehicle. Let's find out who is winning here at round 3 of the Worldwide Technology Raceway round. I'm Jared Deanna, Matt Sopa next to me. We saw, we had a good momentum going into 32, and then just towards the quarter end of it, a lot of drivers got into the wall. I'm going to say that, again, the big factor is this track. We saw, again, that outside zone 4 playing a major role, but now the conditions are changing. The track is cooler. It might get stickier. It's going to get stickier.
Yeah, this is the first time we're going to see the PROSPEC competing after sunset, right? So the track temperature is going to drop. The grip's going to go up. They got to prepare for that.
Yep.
That's going to be a huge factor.
Yeah, and I mean, again, so much talent here. There's a lot of talent in 32. We whittled it down to here. It's really great to see. Just, a lot of drivers have hung out in PROSPEC for a minute, such as, obviously Dimitri Brutsky says, no, I don't want to make the jump. He's made the jump, got knocked out by Amanda Sorenson, but, he's, like I said, doing double duty. I think that's a great way of expanding your program, getting more people. I mean, he's got never settle. I don't think that's his motto more than a company So it's pretty cool. But you can see, again, that outside zone 4 that played a major role. Look at all those donuts there. That's not on purpose. That's not celebratory. Nobody's won just yet.
Right.
That is on accident, and you need to keep it between the lines as Buchanan looks on. And yeah, buddy, look at that, looking good. What are some other factors? Who's one to watch in your eyes?
Yeah, you know, we got.
Who's maybe 3? Name 3. Who?
Name
top?
3. I want to see Talaska.
Okay.
And obviously we're going to see Lemaire. And let's Illingworth. I think we got some heavy hitters out there. Of course, I mean, we could go on and on. Sorenson's on a heater, right?
Oh, look at Osoli. He's sad. He's Osoli Sadovin right now.
Oh, sorry,
you didn't bring up his name. I mean, he's most recent winner, Osoli. So, you know, he wants to, you know, he wants to rise to the occasion. We saw him, you know, and he just has such little time, you know. So go ahead, get in your cars. Let's send it back to the line. Let's see our first battle. And it will be Connor O'Sullivan versus Jeff Denat. So out of the gate. And we talked about Jaden earlier in 32. So, you know, can he get his car back together? And can it be right? I mean, we saw it barely run, but, I mean, that thing was
2 inches of toe in minimum.
Yeah, on the back.
Yeah,
it was
bueno.
Not the prettiest. So, again, that many. But, yeah, I mean, like you said, we can go on and on. But I really think, you know, top 3, you know, Nate Chen kind of lurking in the shadows. He's been on it, man.
It's so hard to pick.
No.
3 from this group. Like, it was hard even in the 32. There's a lot of battles, like not only in the seeding, but the top 32. It's like, I don't want to see these battles until like the top 4, but it's just a lot of challenges.
Yep. So they are making their way back. These 15 gentlemen and lady making their way back to the pre-grid, and we'll throw them in the burnout box. Again, tomorrow is the Pro Championship, round 5, and like I said, if you plan on coming out, come on out, buy your tickets now. It's going to be a beautiful day. The weather, I just can't stress it enough. Had an opportunity to cruise around St. Louis. Love coming here for the St. Louis Auto Show. If you haven't been and you live in the area, definitely come on out. Yeah, so I said 60. It's about 72, but you know, again, it's the party continues both here at Formula Drift and next weekend. I'll be out there at Road America, Elkhart Lake, Grid Life Summer Apex. That's right. So join us out there. If you've never been to Road America, you've never been to Grid Life, or if you have been, come to this event next weekend. We got Dead Mouse, we got Liquid Stranger, Dogma, and of course we got drifting, we got ripping, we got gripping, we got partying on and off the track. All next weekend. Road America. Take a look. This is Grid Life Summer Apex.
Like that now, do you want more? Yeah, I get high pipe, yeah, I get raw. Down on the dance floor. Do you like that now, do you want more? Yeah, I get high pipe, yeah, I get raw. Shout to the north side, shout to the south, east to the west, yeah, we're going out. Do you like that now, do you want more? Yeah, I get high pipe, yeah, I get 4, 3, 2, 1. Shout to the north side, shout to the south, step to the rhythm down on the dance floor. Do you like that now, do you want more? Yeah, I get high pipe, yeah, I get raw. Shout to the north side, shout to the south, east to the west, yeah, we're going out. If you're in town, then give me a shout. Or you want that? To the north side, shout to the south, step to the rhythm down on the dance floor. Do you like that now, do you want more? Yeah, I get high pipe, yeah, I get raw. Shout to the north side, shout to the south, east to the west, yeah, we're going out. If you're in town, then give me a shout. Or you want that? Take it back to your house.
Welcome back. If you haven't joined us for the 32, we've narrowed it down to the 16. We started, had good pace, had some crashes with the wall. It all equates to an exciting time. you know, safety is the #1 priority. Got things tight and right, and it's gonna get even more tumultuous, to be quite honest. This track, very deceiving, 4 outside zones. Matt Sopa and I are gonna walk you through it, and I know, you know, on live stream there, or excuse me, not on live stream, but on Formula Drift's Instagram, they're going live. There's many different ways to check it out, obviously, and download the app Formula Drift. But here is the bracket. Rattle off that left side there if you could, and what are your expectations?
Yeah, we're going to start the top 16 off with Sullivan against Denat. There are a lot of heaters here. We got Talaska and Buchanan, Chen and Hansen, Richards and Chestnut.
And then there on the right, we're talking about Sorenson and Katsanidis. We're talking about Illingworth, as you said, Austin Matta. I mean, that's going to be a no-holds-barred, dude. That's going to be a top row. Lemaire and Jimenez. And then Trevor, he wanted to be called Trevor Tree. Trevor Roots.
I told you he's blossoming.
Yeah, dude. Oh, so beautiful. And then finally, Drifter J, 16 years old. So much young talent here. So, again, we're up here in the booth. Thank you so much. I'm Jared Deenda. This is Matt Sopa. Matt Sopa has been my co-host through the entirety of the season. Normally down on the line. He'll be down there tomorrow during the day and during the evening and for the entirety of all the pro. But joining me up here in ProSpec, driver, he has his own company, Make It Modular. So big Ford guy, always rattle your cage a little bit there.
Yeah,
but
we go banter with that.
Yeah, but I mean, again, there's so much diversity, man. But I mean, the championship still up for grabs. We're at the halfway point, and look at that. The top 3 are still in. Love and Jager are out, unfortunately. Happy birthday to Alex's lovely wife. And then you got Buchanan and Richards. They are still in it. Human Rahimi, he is unfortunately knocked out, but Amanda Kelsey's knocked out. But
I mean, Sorenson's looking to climb that ladder too.
Farouk, Dimitri, so really shaking things up. Austin, he's going to jump up here because of all the drivers above him are knocked out as well. So a lot of, you know, again, officially halfway through, no points have been awarded, but we know as you advance, you do gain some more points.
Yeah, especially with the weight of having 4 rounds, it's just like you said, it's just leaves so much opportunity. Yep. And sometimes if you know on which way you're end up on that bracket, but yeah, it's going to be. I thought 32 and even the seating was some real heaters, and we're going to get into it with this top 16.
Absolutely.
It's just hard to pick your favorite. Like, I can't. Like, it's going to be good.
Yeah, how we doing out there? Again, believe this is Aaron Jesse. Could be, yeah, it looks like it's Aaron Jesse out there. He's curly-haired, blonde fro. He's got the pick out there, but he's navigating. Our judge is right there in front of us, just lurking in the shadows. You're merely adopted. I was born in it. We're talking about Vern, talking about Robin Nishida, talking about Brian Eggert. So as we are up here, let's throw it down to another member of our broadcast team, Lorette Nickel, another female Formula Drift with TLO, our points leader. What's the vibe from the Canadian Wonder?
Well, the vibe down here, it's high, and Tommy Lemaire ready to do battle, but you were experiencing some issues, you told me earlier.
Yeah, exact. So it's not a perfect weekend up to now, but right now the car feels so good, so it's okay. But at first lap in practice, the car felt horrible. So I spun out, couldn't even do a full lap. So we were quite scary about this, but we finally found the problem. It was the steering rack with the steering column. We changed everything, and now the car feels really good, and the team is set, so I think we're back on track.
Okay, you guys earlier, top 32, you were under the sun. Now it has set. How does the track change?
So the track is obviously going to be more grippy, so we have to adjust the car and also adjust the car. Depends on who we're going against. But I think the most difficult part is really the vision, because there is so much smoke and the light is not always perfect, so it's really hard to see where you want to go on track.
Right. So when you are smoke blind, what are you relying on?
So you rely on your
competition here,
muscle memory. Who's his biggest competition? Not always the best, but because we don't have lots of lap here, we had like 6 laps in practice, but we still have to do the best. And I think in New Jersey, that's something I wanted to work on. So now we got a brand new lens for my helmet, and we're gonna make sure I can see very well on the track.
Tommy, thanks so much for the insight. Jared?
Thank you so much, Lorette. I definitely want to know who he thinks his biggest competition is, because taking that year off and coming back, the car just seems dialed. I mean, you know, it's got every color of the rainbow on it. You can't miss it. It is definitely all TLO, and I finally got the maple syrup home. I couldn't travel with it.
What?
So,
Yeah, good. I did.
Did you?
Yeah. No problem. Are you on a list?
You smuggled it?
No.
Okay.
I
all
got
right.
it
Well,
home. That's,
okay.
I'm just going to tell you that.
Well, I mean, Canadian maple syrup cross border.
I've
You're a wild man. I don't even know you.
I've already used it all too.
Oh, have you?
Yeah.
You Wisconsin loving, maple syrup chugging. All right, Connor O'Sullivan, Jeff Donati, here we go. I'd have to assume, TLO, I can answer for him. Connor O'Sullivan, I think he's a big threat. Jeff Donati, when it comes together, he always builds really unique cars. Jeff built some really wild cars, and Connor O'Sullivan, he's got momentum. He's got a lot of momentum. He's got RTS in his corner.
Yep.
He's got a lot of talent and a really well-built car, it seems like.
Absolutely. The thing is, always dial. It's an absolute rocket ship when it needs to be, but he knows how he's slowly getting that temperament and dialing back when he needs to. So Donati's got a bit of a task ahead of him to get out of that top 16 alive.
Yeah, and there we are looking at Jay the Drifter, looking at his car. So you're talking about that toe, you're talking about the alignment, banged up, got pinched by Adam Knapik in 32, the final battle. Bang, went to the right side of him, that back right corner, boom, went into that wall and just really got squeezed out. And unfortunately for the 16-year-old, he's okay, but the car definitely seen better days. But there he is, the young buck, just trying to keep a positive attitude, but a lot of talent. So what's going through Jaden's mind, and what's the condition of the car, Lorette?
Well, exactly that. We're wondering what's going through your mind as there are more hands on the back corner.
We got pretty much everything fixed, and the car is pretty much ready to go. We're doing the alignment right now. The team is working hard on that, and I'm feeling confident. Just got to do a solid lead run, solid chase run, and I think it could go far. I'm really excited. I just can't wait to drive some more, and I think we're going to be ready. I think everything's going to be fine.
Jaden, thank you so much. Jared, as everyone knows, he had contact with Adam earlier in the top 32, but he's really confident right now. Not
Good.
worried.
Yeah, he seems jovial, man. He just looks like he just got to Disneyland. He's ready to party, man. All right, here we go. Our first battle of our top 16, and here we go. Connor O'Sullivan, Jeff Donati, O'Sullivan, the RTS, the white BMW, the pink pig, Jason. Oh, he initiates, has to come out of it, and now into that second outside zone. Jeff Donati looks like he's fighting the car. He is fighting the pink pig, going to that third outside zone. And now let's see how they manage. Again, smooth, flowy, but again, the conditions going from hot to cold. Looks like O'Sullivan, it does not matter the conditions. It doesn't matter what he is going through. It seemed like, just like we saw earlier, textbook.
Yeah, no issues out front for sure. And like I said, Donati had a tough task ahead of him, and it's kind of bearing its teeth there as we take another look at our airforce.com replay. Sullivan, a little flick straight up initiation, and Donati a little late to the party. Looked like the grip goblin kind of got a hold of him there in the outer zone one. Couldn't quite fill his pocket there as he's trying to play that game we've been doing catch up, and Sullivan reeling it away from him. Doing a great job in outer zone 3. Donati does a good transition here, but he's just a little further back than he needs to be. And they both fill out outer zone 4 really well up into the finish. So Sullivan, great job up front. Donati, he's going to have to do something real special in the lead run when we turn him and reverse it.
All right, so again, yeah, like you said, that mistake right out of the gate, that is just absolutely glaringly obvious, a major mistake by Donati. So he will drop into that lead position. O'Sully will chase him down, and again, that wasn't that it was a pretty big mistake, but it's not an incomplete or anything. So just a bit of a deficit. The needle going the way of O'Sully. You can see the lights are on. Once they extinguish, they are ready to go. You can see just dialing it back. You can see the Excel and decel lights. Green with that forward momentum, and O'Sully gets really close to Donati, as Donati didn't really get into that first outside zone, and now you can see O'Sully just kind of dialing it back a little bit, making sure he doesn't get into the back or to the side of Donati. Into that final outside zone goes Donati, right to that outside track edge. Really well done, and I think, to be quite honest, look at that. O'Sully's like, let me out of the cage, man.
Look, I know it's not a race, but there's still a finish line, and you passed it, but
absolutely, yeah. I mean, he ripped past. I think that was kind of a show of dominance.
Yeah, I think Donati looked cool as a cucumber out front, but I just think it was a little too late. Definitely not hitting that zone. We can see the truth serum here up in the sky, and that 107 car of O'Sullivan just get putting on the pressure on that pink pig as they get into outer zone 3. Donati could have used a little more angle there. I think that gave opportunity to Sullivan to get a little more proximity as they go into outer zone 4. I thought he was going to spin on. Every time they pour on the angle in outer zone 4 in the back half, they're going to loop that thing, but good job of both parties on the last half of that track. So here we go. Justin Smash with this little new POV here as we go through and can see that. Oh, I heard the judges live yelp out there. So that was also entertaining. So here we go. Denat. Smooth, but his chase run is going to be his deficit here, Jared, as Sullivan puts on the pressure and showing a little bit more of a dominant battle on his behalf.
Yeah, and again, just without, you know, I'm sure they had, you know, some practice sessions because you kind of know who you're going to go against, but I think Connor did the right amount of kind of settling back, getting in the pocket, knowing where to go, and there it is. Proof is in the pudding. You know, the proof is in O'Sully. Connor O'Sullivan gets the win. Jeff Denat is knocked out. So we're still over there looking at Drifter J. He's got some time. So, I mean, here we are, the first battle of the 16. So, you know, we got 6 more battles before we see Jay. So,
yeah,
he's got some time. So definitely get it dialed, feel confident, you know, get your mind right. You talked about Talaska, you talked about Buchanan. These two big boys are ready to throw down. And again, two kind of similar builds. What's the power plant under the hood for Talaska? Sorry, I was going to think that Buchanan had a BMW. Absolutely not similar builds.
Yep.
But Talaska with the BMW and Buchanan with the Nissan Z. All right, here we go. We'll get back to the motor and the power plant there as Talaska, the Yellow Speed Racing BMW, unfortunately does not get into that first outside zone, and Buchanan gives a little boop, or boops his own snoot on his door into that third outside zone. Now they're going to approach that final outside zone. Talaska brings it on in, so definitely a good refinement. Definitely aged well, which he missed that first outside zone, but hitting that outside zone, that leaves a lasting impression. Way to put a bow on it, a exclamation point regardless. Oh, great way to end that run.
Yeah, that was a good job on both parties here. Let's roll back the tape and see how well they both did in their positions here. Talaska doing a little flick of the wrist here as he goes into outer zone 1. Not completely even at all, but look at this transition here from Buchanan. Just give him a little reminder that he's back there getting in outer zone 2, and Talaska kind of late to the party in there, and could have gotten into outer zone 3 a little deeper earlier. I mean, he made it look smooth, but this overhead, this point of view we got here really shows how much more deeper he could have went through those zones. And check it out here. Buchanan putting the pressure on throughout the whole run, doing a great job of mimicking the angle, timing the transitions, giving him a little reminder of his a little kiss on the door there of Talaska's BMW as they bring it around here in outer zone 4. Really showing some good composure on both ends. It's just that Talaska just couldn't get that car, massage it in deeper into the zones, and so that's going to be an opportunity for Buchanan in the lead position to show him up.
Yep. Call him Wallen Oates. His kisses on his list. There's kisses on his door. Here we go. Let's see Buchanan leading and Talaska in the chase position. Buchanan SRD, Nissan Z. Good initiation. Talaska with the failure to launch. Slow rolls into it, and Buchanan is off and running. Talaska taking a very shallow line while Buchanan is over in a different zip code, and now he finds himself perfectly into the outside zone 3, dialing it in, bringing it on home. Outside zone 4. And Talaska looks like he tapped that front left of Buchanan. That's really going to disrupt, especially just the angle there that he hit him at. He wasn't parallel. He really nosed in, or kind of Y-boned him as opposed to T-boned him.
Yeah, we were really fortunate to have that angle live, because you could see whenever you make contact in the inner front of the lead car, it's really just going to make that car over-rotate 99 times out of 100. So that's, without hearing the official call from the judge, that's going to be on Talaska. So yeah, look at that. I love the angle he poured on here. Like you said, got an opportunity to show him up in the lead run, and he certainly did that. Buchanan out front, completely filling outer zone 2. Talaska making some sacrifices to the line, not so much an angle, and is trying to make up some real estate as Buchanan does a great job of transitioning here. And here's where it falls apart. He just tries to cut that line and dive, and boom, there he goes. Bending tie rods. He probably even broke it, and ended Buchanan's run a little early.
Yeah, just at that angle, you know, tire on tire. Just look at this. You can see Buchanan. Good initiation. Talaska dives in, car grips up, and that again, that could be a case of, you know, what he saw earlier to what he's seen now.
Yeah, right. And we talk about, like, when the lights are out, the sun is down, that smoke actually gets thicker and harder to see through. That might have been the root of Talaska's mistake back in the outer zone 2 transition, but and could have been the story here too, where he just dove too much. And you can see Buchanan, both tires are disconnected from each other.
Yeah, so it looks like, yeah, he's stranded out there. You can see Buchanan, signature.
Yeah, we got the fridge out there.
Oh, he's cold as ice. Yeah, no dents on the fridge out there. Old webs. All right, so we will get Buchanan off course there. You can see trying to straighten it out, and you definitely called it. I know you're familiar with just how sensitive, you know, sometimes those rice paper suspension bits will just break down. So Corey Talaska, Cody Buchanan. Talaska knocked out. Cody Buchanan moves on. And that SRD Nissan Z. Buchanan advances on.
Now Buchanan gets to go against O'Sully in the top 8, or the grade 8.
Yeah.
So that's going to be another heater. Like, these just keep getting bigger and bigger, or better and better, as we whittle them down.
All right, clean up there on aisle 4, given that's outside zone 4. We'll be right back here, Worldwide Technology Raceway.
GT Radio. Experience ultra high performance. We got cars on the line, and they are ready to throw down. All right, we are looking at Nate Chen and Rudy Hansen. Look at that staggered setup there from Rudy Hansen. There we are, from VA and Idaho. Don't you know? All right, so Rudy Hansen chasing down Nate Chen, currently 3rd in the standings in the hunt for the championship. Looks like we will be seeing a restart there. We saw Nate Chen tap a cone in that start chicane. One strike.
Shut it down.
All right, throw down Lorette. Lorette with O'Sully, real quick.
Wanted to check in, is the track starting to grip up for you now?
Yeah, for sure. The team's making shock adjustments and tire pressure adjustments to make the car feel very similar as it did earlier today in practice and in our top 32 battle. So they're doing a great job. These guys are killing it, and I'm feeling good.
Okay. So he's saying that he's feeling really good and that everything is falling into line for him, Jared.
All right, thank you so much, Lorette. All right, here we go. So again, 1 strike for Nate Chen, 3 strikes and you're out. Again, if you knock over a cone, if you leave early, or if you even sleep at the line, the count of 2 formula drifts, and you would get a strike. So hopefully Nate Chen can keep it together. Looks like we're all good. Rudy Hansen, aggressive off the line. They can lead before the lead car, and Nate Chen goes in that first outside zone. Dialed, really good precision driving. Rudy Hansen. Ooh, Nate Chen comes out of drift just barely, and that allows Rudy Hansen to get that proximity. He's banging on his door. Look at that. I don't know what he's going to sell him, but he is definitely a door-to-door salesman. Now transitioning into that last outside zone, zone 4. Nate Chen, very precision driving that last outside zone. The only, again, critique just barely came out, and then Rudy was really aggressive. He knows who he's going against, so I bet he feels a little more confident going against Nate Chen. That was good. Good driving. That was a good battle.
Now, with Rudy, all he's got to do in the lead position is fill up all those zones, because now Nate didn't fill zone 2 at all, but had a good initiation here going in outer zone 1. Rudy, pressure on all the time, and here we go. He kind of transitioned late and then pulled out of it. I'm not sure what happened there, if it's the track temps or what, but gave Rudy an absolute great opportunity to close the door on Nate Chen here as they go into outer zone 4. Another great transition. You can kind of see Rudy sacrificing a little bit of angle there during the transition and got the proximity, but on paper, it's looking in Rudy's favor here as
Yeah?
we flip around.
You
Yeah,
think?
just a little bit.
All right.
But
All right.
since Nate was so absent in outer zone 2, the only thing that is going to separate them now is Rudy filling up all those zones and doing it well. He's got to do it. It can't be sloppy. It's got to be, make it look good.
Absolutely. All right, well, again, just knowing Rudy, he's really going to go for the gusto. But again, Nate is sitting in third for a reason. He has really advanced. He's working with Kazuya Taguchi and his team, and a lot of talent over there. At Jerry Yang Racing, they got it. Like I said, a lot of talent, really well prepped cars, and we will see. There we go. Rudy Hansen out front. Nate Chen in the chase position. Nate Chen there on the right-hand side. Rudy Hansen in the S chassis. Neon nose. Coming down the pipe. Across the nose of Nate Chen. Swings into that first outside zone. Good angle from him. You can see Nate Chen take a little bit of angle out of it, and then boom, he does exactly what Rudy Hansen did. But Rudy actually sticks it to the wall there on that second outside zone. Now to the third, transitioning in. Let's see that transition from Nate Chen. You see Rudy Hansen, like I said, he's really going to go for. I mean, that was probably the best lead run I've seen from Rudy.
I agree.
It was really clean. It was sterile, and he didn't get involved with the wall. And I think that really shows more car control as opposed to backing in the wall saving it.
Yeah, I feel like he used I like that word temperament as he massaged into outer zone 1, and Nate not taking it away through. Look at that transition. That was really good. I don't even think they made contact. You probably could have put a playing card in between them, but Rudy pulls a little angle, does it, draw a smooth arc, pulls out a 3 a little earlier. Rudy did do a better transition than Chen there, and then Chen kind of falls back a little bit, and I feel like if we're not going to go one more time, it's going to go in the way of Hansen, in my most humble opinion. Let's take a look at Justin Smash point of view here as Rudy throws it in outer zone 1, and Nate sticking it to him there. Sacrifice a little bit of angle, doing a little left foot braking, and they bring it in there. Look at that. If he could have stayed in that position throughout the whole rest of the course, he would have been sitting real pretty in the judge's eyes. But look at Rudy just out there filling that zone. Almost zero corrections as they go into outer zone 4. That car, the front wheels are hardly moving. He just got that thing just pointing and booting and scooting.
And that's why I always say the wheels that are neon, because you have to have something that indicates either a spoke or a mark on your tire to show, because that's going to really highlight if a wheel stops or any corrections. And with the neon wheels, they look cool, kind of a J style, right? But it really highlights either corrections or no corrections. And in that instance, you saw how just fixated those front wheels were, going from outside zone 2, the transition to 3, and then 4, locked and loaded, creating that smooth arc into that final outside zone. And that was really highlighted, no pun intended, by the highlighter yellow wheels.
Yeah, he did an excellent job. He's going to be real happy with that.
Yeah. All right, Cat Daddy suspension. Look at that. All right, so both these guys waiting in the wings. Which way is it going? We're taking a look at our BC Racing custom coilover. Side by side, you can see Nate leading on the left and Rudy leading on the right.
Yeah, that's going to be, besides Nate's mistake there in outer zone 2, it's hard to take away from any of these guys. They did a great job in both their positions here, and they both go into outer zone 4. You can see the proximity there. Nate did fall back a little bit, while Rudy did apply the pressure all the way to the finish evenly versus Chen's.
Okay. Waiting for the judge's verdict, and looks like they are inputted. Which way is it going to go? Chen or Hansen? Who's moving on to the Great 8? Brought to you by Torque Motorsports. Slide them left for Chen or right for Rudy Hansen. Gets the victory, and that is a big victory in that. Taking out currently third, Nate Chen. If we could get one of our judges throw the headset on, I mean, that was a really, really good battle. Either Brian Vern or Robin Ishida, one of our judges. So, Vernon, going to you, man. I mean, that was, I think, a really good run by both, but going the way of Rudy. Why is that?
Yeah, I think he had a better lead, especially coming into zone 2, where Chen was a little bit on the edge. So we have to compare lead to lead. That was a better lead. And I think Chen had some good moments, but didn't cut it.
Yeah, I would say that Rudy was just a little more rock solid. Chen had a little bit of wavering here and there. Am I correct in saying? All right, well, thank you so much, Vernon, chiming in and getting some insight directly from the judges. Thank you so much. All right, Justin Chestnut, Cole Richards. Chestnut in the after hours BMW. Cole Richards, the young buck, again, coming to us from Florida. And Chestnut. Here we go, Chestnut, after hours Autosports, and it looks like that will be a restart. So Chestnut jumped the line. Man, a lot of angst,
What's
a lot of
going on
nerves, a lot of nerves. Again, this track is just 4 outside zones. You know, talking to a few of the drivers, they feel like it's a go stop kind of a, you know, track layout. We're looking there at Buchanan and his team. Yeah, but a lot of
adjustments going on, and like nerves. I mean, it's not, we're not getting a lot of heat, so they're, you know, they can chill out. It's beautiful out.
Yeah. And like I said, I thought it was about the 60s. It's 70s, which I think is actually good. It's favorable, but oh no, what do we got here?
Chase cone.
Okay, looks like Cole Richards. So here we go. Chestnut leading. Cole Richards looks like a bit frantic in that chase position. Chestnut, look at that now. Cole gets to the side of him in the outside zone 3. Chestnut, he looks like, oh, Cole Richards backs off aggressively. It's like he's maybe fighting the car.
Yeah, that's very uncharacteristic.
Absolutely. From what we saw of him earlier, you know, going against Casey Cole, we saw him earlier. He, who was that he took out earlier? It was, go ahead, go and take a look, please.
Yeah, let's look at Cole Richards was kind of trying to play real Chestnut in here the whole time, and he just couldn't keep his composure. I think he was kind of a little frantic behind the wheel there as Chestnut, you know, looking a little more smoother. He gets in front of the pocket there, comes out of drift, reinitiates into 4. Chestnut not very present in outer zone 4, but that's his really only big mistake in the lead position. But Richards, he's got to clean that chase up. That's not something you want to do in the top 16, especially against a competitor like Chestnut. He's filling that outer zone 1, like not even present there. He's, you know, he's cutting the line. It's truly unfortunate because we know he can do better.
Absolutely.
You know, he tries to put some pressure here. I'm like, all right, it's over. We got that out of the way. Let's continue. But then he gets into that pocket. I don't know if it was a mental game. He timed the transition wrong. But he's going to have to do something really extreme to impress us in the lead.
Yeah, I think he gave Chestnut too much respect, gave him too much room, maybe frazzled off of that restart.
Yeah, that's always a thing.
But you know, he took out Josh Love earlier after a one more time. You know, Love took himself out with that deep beating, but we know he's got it in him. Look at that. Oh, you can almost see. Yeah, you can almost see the fire in the belly right now. Big, massive angle fills all that. Looks like they're alternating positions here, not just lead and chase, but I'm talking about position or advantage. And you can see now into that 3rd outside zone. Here goes Cole Richards in that CoroWorks vehicle, now in that final outside zone. Set it and forget it. Look at that. Woo. Man, Meatloaf's done. Look at that. Well done. Hungry man dinner, Bubby. Like I said, just gets almost see the fire in his belly, like, all right, I'm coming out. All right. So let's take a look at it.
Was a rocket out of that chicane here. Just look at the aggression, and you can tell he's putting about he had those tires lit up before even the 3 cone, and did a good job keeping it in the zone there. Chestnut really trying to keep his proximity, using everything in his toolbox to keep present and keep the frame in this chase position. But Cole Richards using the left foot brake, and they're doing a great job transitioning where he needs to in the outer zone 4, completely filling up. And that in the lead position is where he's going to have an advantage over Chestnut, because I believe both of their chase runs needed to be cleaned up, and I feel like they're kind of equal. So it's going to be interesting what the judges have to think about this. They're both going to be happy with their lead runs. I think they're both a little disappointed in their chase runs, if you had to ask them. But like, it was almost like as if we didn't switch the lead roles. They almost had identical mistakes in the chase position going through outer 2 here as they finish out the course here. And Cole doing a great job drawing that arc in outer zone 4 in the lead position.
All right, CoroWorks, shout out to Tyler, aka Revel. We lost him last year, and his lovely wife Lauren, celebrating and continuing the CoroWorks legendary name, operating out of Atlanta, Georgia. Here we are, that BC custom coilover side by side.
Yeah, so you can see both the chase drivers here, especially Cole Richards there, had a little failure to launch and tried to reel him in almost the whole time of Chestnut out front there. But we can see Cole Richards putting on the gapple piece there after outer zone 3, and they both just, that mistake there in the chase position might be what seals Cole Richards' fate here, but Chestnut was also a little lacking in his chase too. But yeah, it's going to be a tough one if they just go to lead to lead.
Yeah, lead to lead, chase to chase. All right, taking a look here, waiting for the verdict to see who advances on. The winner going against Rudy Hansen. Do we have a winner? Do you think Needle's going either way?
That's so tough, Jared. Yeah, I feel like the mistake of Richards was more dire in the chase position.
Okay.
So
More dire, so you're saying that?
it's
Okay.
there's more, yeah, it's more of a deficit.
So you're saying okay, we'll see. Slide him left for Chestnut, slide him right for Cole Richards, and Chestnut gets the victory. Justin Chestnut knocking out Cole Richards. So unfortunately, Cole is knocked out. So Chestnut, yeah, Buchanan, he's pumped. Give him a little thumbs up, a little shaka, a little. Doesn't again, hands doesn't know what to do with him. Here he is. All right. Oh, we got. What happened, brother? A little Talaska touch. All right. So that will be. And here we are. We filled in one side of the Torque Motorsport Grade 8. So Soli versus Buchanan, Hansen versus Chestnut. Halfway through our Link Engine Management top 16. Looks like Amanda Sorenson versus Martorana Katsanidis. The Drift Doctor, just fully doctored. Here we go, Amanda Sorenson initiates, big angle there from Amanda. You can see her just barely putting her toe in, and then she puts the whole tire in. Ooh, coming in really shallow and tight. Good proximity, but does not get out to the line, and a big correction there, and you hate to see that big correction there from, again, the Drift Doctor. Amanda does get in, but then comes out of that last outside zone. Woo! Wow. We know that wall can take out some cars, so let's not flirt with the tire wall there at the end.
Yeah, speaking of tire wall at the end, what's going on with outer zone 2? These chase drivers keep on getting choked up there. I don't know if it's gripping up, and it's because it's a smaller radius they got to follow, but man, we haven't seen any close chases there. A lot of mistakes happen there, but check it out. Amanda out front, just whipping it in there, like you said, dipping the toe, then fully got in there a little bit later in outer zone 1. Katsanidis doing a good job there, but he cut in the line, left foot braking. Not sure why he was doing that, but regained the proximity, but then almost came out of drift there. Amanda doing a great job keeping her composure, going in outer zone 4. Could have been a little deeper. Gets more into it at the end, and Katsanidis is right there through the finish line.
There's the stats. There's the numbers. Taking a look. The BMWs, the LSs, the power, similar builds. So
yeah.
So now Drift Doctor will lead. Amanda Sorenson will give chase. Taking a look at this overall.
Yeah, wave him up there, Max.
All right. Let's see what we got here. Amanda Sorenson chasing down Drift Doctor. All right, sending the second half of this battle. Lights are off, and it's time to send it. All right, the Drift Doctor out front. Oop, and looks like it. And a cone was hit. All right, real quick, down to you, Lorette, before we get them restarted. Lorette with Cody Buchanan.
Cody, there was a little Talaska touch. Was there any damage to the front left wheel?
Oh, 100% damage. The wheel is fine. Shout out Heritage Wheels because they're holding up. There's some damage somewhere. We can't figure out where. The tie rod is straight, the steering rack is straight, the knuckle is great, but the wheel is cockeyed. So we don't know what's going on. We're just going to align it and hope for the best.
Fingers crossed. Thank you so much for the insight.
Can I do one thing? I just want to grab the mic.
Ah, come on.
He's going to give me a run for my
Somehow
money
I knew
this
that was going to
season.
happen.
Jeez, I knew it. Cody, we got a show moving on here,
Stop
buddy.
it.
Yeah, come on. Just want to grab the mic. You don't touch Lorette's mic. That's all right.
Bad Cody, no touchy.
Bad Cody, no touchy. That's a bad baby. It's a bad baby. All right, here we go. Restart. Lights are off. You see Amanda with a slight roll, and that is allowed. That is legal. Here we go. Drift Doctor initiates in that first outside zone. He digs a little deeper here. How's Amanda going to handle it? You talked about so much about that outside zone too, and she goes in shallow. All right, a major mistake there for Amanda Sorenson as, again, Margaritas continues on the outside zone for Amanda. Goes way off. Ooh, look out for that ball.
Yeah, without looking back at it, that might have been 2 wheels off for Amanda.
Yeah,
that's 4, unfortunately, not to mention that mistake, which looked identical to Margaritas's in outer zone 2 in his chase position, but I think it was more severe.
Yeah, it was definitely more shallow. Yeah, let's take a look.
It started out great. I was really pumped with how he threw it in there. Amanda as well, just matching the angle, both left foot braking there. This is where it fell apart. She started the transition a little too soon. Margaritas could have been deeper in outer zone 2 there again, but he also walked away from her after her mistake in the chase position when Margaritas was able to reel her back in. As he goes in, he's deeper in outer zone 4 as well, but it looked like only one tire was out for Amanda, but that's going to be some pretty big deficits on her behalf here. So let's look at the this point of view with Justin Smash's drone, and yeah, he was about in outer zone just as deep as Amanda was in her lead position. He throws on the angle in outer zone 2, could have been a little deeper, but she almost comes out of drift, recovering from that mistake, and it just kind of continues to fall apart as she's trying to gain that ground against the LS Doctor out front as he finishes out the run here, and we're blinded by the GT radio smoke here and the lights.
Yeah, you can see how thick it is, and you know, again, not a big breeze. Trying to look at some flags here, and it's very, very minimal. So smoke lingering, and the lights definitely emulsify the smoke, make it a little bit thicker. All right, taking a look at our overhead side by side. Again, you can see leading on the left is Amanda, and then LS Doctor lead on the right.
Yeah, and like we almost had identical runs back to back here as the mistakes were shown there, but you can see the difference here is where it falls apart for Amanda on the right side. She just falls back in that chase position where Margaritas was able to keep the pressure on after his mistake. So, and you had a little more advantages in the lead run over Amanda. So it's yeah, that's kind of my feeling. He's going to be happy with his lead, and his mistake wasn't as severe in the chase as Amanda's. So
yeah,
that's where I'm at.
Yeah, this is one of those where you really need to tighten it up, and again, announcer's curse, welcome. You talked about the outside zone too, really wreaking havoc. And unfortunately, I think that Amanda's, yes, and it is. Her mistakes were just glaringly more obvious than Margaritas. So unfortunately, Amanda Sorenson is knocked out. But you know who's stoked? The LS Doctor, Margaritas Katsanidis, is moving on into the Great 8. Amanda Sorenson is knocked out. So a lot of hype in her camp, but still keep that momentum going. We will see her in Utah. So looking forward to that. And Katsanidis advances on.
Yeah, we'll still see a Sorenson tomorrow.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, all right, we got the Nissan Z of Sean Illingworth and Austin Matta. This is the battle of the neck tattoos.
The neck tattoos.
All right, so whoever loses gets the other driver's name tatted on their neck. I'm joking. Don't do that. That's a terrible idea.
But yeah, this is going to be a real good one. These, like Matta, like I always talk about, he's kind of a little bit of a wild child, but he's been able to, you know, reel it in when he needs to. So, you know, that comes with experience. And Sideways Sean's always been impressive. So let's see what these guys deliver.
There we go. So Illingworth will lead in that Sac City Auto Parts Nissan Z. Matta chasing him down. Let's see what Illingworth's got. See how ill Illingworth can be. Initiate. Whoa, Matta, look at that. Drops into formation into that second outside zone. Matta dives in. Again, there's that second outside zone. Just drop back a little bit. And I think you're going to really show dominance here coming to this last outside zone for... Ooh, both of them really well done. Yeah, Austin kept it off the tire wall, fortunately, this time. But that's exactly what we anticipated. You know, Austin really has just refined his driving. It's not as you say. It's just dialing it in, getting it more refined, and just every turn and burn, he's really working it out.
And this is one thing that we usually don't talk about, Rip, and Austin used this. He came in hot, let the car kind of float, get that proximity, and just nailed it. He absolutely timed that perfectly. The transition could have been a little better, but this is the best chase we've seen in Outer Zone 2 so far in the top 16. And here we go, sliding it through Outer Zone 3. Look at this transition from Matta, timing it very well, and they both fill that zone beautifully and get around to the finish line. I mean, that was good. That's what we expected, and that's what Matta needed to do to kind of assert his dominance in that chase position anyway. So here we go, going back into Outer Zone 2, and he did have a little stumble there, but he recovered really well, and just by the rest of this run, you can just tell he's on a real heater here as they transition into Outer Zone 4, and Matta just massaging into that pocket and stays right there with him, and that's a really difficult portion of the track.
Yeah, it seemed that Matta going to outside zone 2, we talked about how much that is playing a role, but it seemed like he had lack of angle, had proximity, but then threw it in there. So I'd rather have that kind of compromisation as opposed to just taking angle and diving in on the inside. We saw how much that could really be a deficit to the outcome of your run. Here we go. Now Matta is out front, and Illingworth in that chase position. Now he dives in. Oh, buddy, issues. Population Illingworth. He maybe I don't think it. Maybe a DB.
I mean, just the attitude of the car just looks like it got loose, but Matta continues on, and he's doing exactly what he needs to do, but looks like Austin, if he continues on, this will be his victory. That was a major mistake by Illingworth. Love to see this overhead view. Just a bit of a tank slapper there on initiation.
Yeah, you know, Illingworth really had to put on the pressure here because Matta had such a great chase. He had to kind of show that he could do the same thing, and he attempted that, and this is kind of what I wanted to zero in on here, is how hard he went in, trying to kind of mimic that. He just left foot brake. He did tap that door, so there was contact throughout it when it kind of took him out of drift, so that's going to be, I couldn't quite count it, but that might even be an incomplete on Illingworth here. So even though we're slowed down, we can't really count on this, but you'll see the contact here, Jared, is that left foot. Yeah, so it didn't disrupt Matta out front, but definitely messed up his.
Yeah, I did not see that from that angle, that low angle, and that's why just the angles. I love how it's progressed, you know, and we can't get everywhere, but we're trying. We're really trying, you know, for the fans on the app and here. But that was, yeah, that threw Sean off. That's unfortunate, just too aggressive.
Yeah, that's but that's, you know, that's part of the game, kind of the risk and the gambles you got to take in those positions.
All right, so I think you know the fate. Unfortunately, the Sac City Auto Parts driver is knocked out, but Austin Matta gets the win, and it's unanimous as we are 3/4 of the way completed with our top 16. Throw down to Lorette Nickel. Lorette Nickel, what's going on?
Well, what's going on down here is Justin Chestnut is down here, and all 3 of his wins have come this weekend for him, and he can attribute that to some of the hard work that he's been putting into the offseason, and you've made a lot of setting changes, and you've dialed in the car.
We have. I was one of the first people, I think, in the U.S. to bring this cars to this level. Rome is in one now. Sam abandoned his. We put in a ton of work in the offseason trying to actually take grip out of it. It was just undrivable last year. So now that we got some of the grip out, not to mean it's not gripped up, but it was like way too much. Now it finally goes where I want it and stays there. So stoked.
He loves it, and we're going to see him in the top grade 8 coming up real soon. So we don't want you to go anywhere. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back.
On race day, when you want to show everyone out there who's the best.
Here we go, Frederick Osborne.
You really need to be focused. I tell myself, I got this. I'm the best there is.
The star is Frederick Osborne.
Looking for what comes next? For that moment when everything finally...
1 minute!
Whichever path you choose, it starts here.
Max Gear is a high-performance synthetic gear oil designed to provide maximum protection to heavily loaded gears. Slippery synthetic molecules and center-look additive package not only reduce wear, they virtually eliminate both gear and bearing wear. We run 1,000 horsepower through our transmission and differential all season long and never have a problem. Eliminate a variable. Drift with Royal Purple Max Gear. Pour purple, Royal Purple. You can find Max Gear at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
NGK and NTK is more than just high ignitability spark plugs and precision sensors. They're about growing the car community. This is why they're introducing Shop Squad, an automotive meeting place for shop owners, service writers, technicians, students, and industry professionals to come together and share knowledge and encourage self-growth. Enrolling is free, and you have access to on-demand training, digital newsletters, product launch information, and more. Woo!
All right, welcome back to the start line, and the action continues here in a Royal Purple, or our Link Engine Management Top 16. And here we go. Tommy Lemaire, TLO against Nick Jimenez. Tommy Lemaire targets on his back. He leads the pack. He's about to attack the track. Here we go in that first outside zone. Big Grand Canyon gap between these two. Tommy Lemaire does get involved. I talked about how clean his car looked. Not battered, not bruised. And goes in that third outside zone. Might shred a little skin like a lizard here going into that final outside zone. Goes Tommy Lemaire. Nick Jimenez does gain some proximity, but Lemaire, oh, there we go. A little boop, snoop.
Just to keep it interesting, yeah.
Yeah, all right, go and park him right there.
Yeah, if the bumper didn't fall off before that, definitely did now after that Jimenez bump. But, oh, yeah, Jimenez trying to just reel that in. He kind of got gapped at the run-up there once we take a look at it here at our Air Force replay. Like a rocket this car is. I don't think Jimenez expected that. He kept the tires lit, and once you're, TLO, great job of filling outside one, and then Jimenez still playing in the background there, trying to keep up with that rocket ship of TLO's S15 there as they get into outer zone 3. Jimenez doing all that he can do to compromise that line and angle to get that proximity back, and he does succeed in outer zone 4 just because of the nature of it, but then it was just too little too late. But yeah, TLO had a great lead run there. That was, I like the flick. He made it look easy. Like, it's just a really good going in outer zone 2, and you can see Jimenez put himself there, sacrificing a little bit of his line, a little bit of the angle, but TLO looked great, just hanging out of that bumper for dear life as they get into outer zone 4 here. Did a great job of massaging it into the zone and keeping it filled all the way throughout until the finish line.
Yeah, Tommy Lemaire just, came unwound as he crossed the line. That back left corner okay, or is it broke? Oh, looks like he's all right. That's good.
Yeah, I think it hit that bash bar, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, Tommy Lemaire, he's on top for a reason. Here's our stats here coming to us from Quebec, Canada, and Hollister, California. Nick Jimenez.
Looks like Max is having a chat with Tommy there. He may or may not want to take a look at his car after that.
Heading back in?
Looks like it.
Yeah. So have we deemed full? Or is it
a post-finish with complete?
All right, so we are finding out that Nick Jimenez is at fault. So TLO does get a courtesy 10, not utilizing the competition timeout. So get hands in the car, inspect it as we throw down to Lorette Nickel. What's the matter with you down there, Lorette?
Well, I don't think anything's the matter with this guy, and he is happy, he is moving forward. What is this track doing? What is happening out there that people aren't seeing?
Honestly, I don't know. Nothing's different from practice to me. We thought coming into the cold, or getting the sun down and getting cold, the track's gonna grip up, as it usually does. Like in Atlanta it does. But it seems just fine to me. Grip level's great. Car, it's fast, like it's always been, but I don't know. I think people are just more hesitant because the lights are on. Kind of gives you that like stadium, varsity high school football feel, But I don't know. I feel good. I feel great. Car's fantastic. The walls don't like me, but we don't like them, so that's how we feel. Yeah.
You want to stay out of the walls, Austin. Thank you so much for your time, Jared.
Thank you so much, Lorette. Great feedback there, and I was just taking a look, and yeah, it's still 70 degrees, so compared to last night, it got definitely cooler, and in the next hour, it could definitely drop a couple degrees, and that's going to play a role, but like you said, Lorette, nothing's the matter with him. He says, keep it off the walls, keep it consistent, and he's got Katsanidis in the grade 8. So here we are going to Jaden Drifter J, the Canadian young buck, going against Trevor Root, and we will restart them there. So, and yeah, Drifter J, he tends to like the cones. So, all right.
Yeah, maybe it's a tactic.
Yeah, get a little more turn or get a feel. I mean, right now what I'm doing this. I'm going back and forth. No, you can't see me, but I'm kind of swerving that car when I go back to that line to make sure everything's up to snuff. There we are in Tommy Lemaire's pit. See what's going on here. Checking alignment. See what's going on. Was it that side?
No, it was the driver's side. So.
Yeah, and sometimes, you know, the drivers are like, look, I'm feeling good. Let's just do it. And we have seen that before. Some drivers are like, you know what? Forget it. Doesn't matter. Send it. I don't think it's the smartest tactic, because if you can use, you know, timeout, get hands in the car, definitely utilize that. All right, here we go. Look at that. Jaden, 16 years old, out front, going against Trevor Root. Now transitioning at second. Root dives in, and there's that shallow line.
Oh, again.
Oh, Jaden is a magnet, but that looked like it was his fault. He came out of drift.
You can't get past that zone, Jared.
No, dude, Jaden, he cannot pass go. Oh, my man's on
Justin
it, dude.
is on it.
Sheesh. Quad boy just jumps out of the closet like a magic show, catch an early flight home from San Diego. Solid job there. But all joking aside.
Yeah, I think, like you said, it looked like Jaden kind of fell out of drift there in outer zone 2, and he's got a flat tire.
Oh, look, look, he's messing with a shifter.
He might have missed a shift. It's just interesting taking all these little iotas that can just ruin a run. So, after our restart, we got a clean one here. Jaden throws it in outer zone 1. I like the aggressiveness there, and also from Root. He's got almost all 4 tires lit up there. So they're both left foot braking, and good aggression here from Root. He's like, oh, a little shallow, and then Jaden came out of drift there for whatever reason. You know, without an official call, it looks like it would be on Jaden as far as fault is concerned.
Jump to conclusions. Don't jump, buddy. Let it play out. I'm just saying. Here we go. What do we got?
So he's on the brakes because you probably even sense there's a little decel and maybe coming out of the drift. And
Trevor wasn't on the proper line. Let's just call it what it is. But
neither was Jaden, to be honest.
No. I mean, yeah. So we'll look at it. You know, again, getting the overhead, seeing what's going on. Okay. So yeah, let's make it official again. Obviously, you know, our role is just calling the action, but the judges do make it official, and it is Jaden's fault. Jaden is at fault. So both of them, you know, like you said, weren't, but, you know, we saw that earlier without any fault or any contact, but with Jaden coming out, bang, you saw it right
let's
there.
just say they were nowhere near any decel zones.
They were near the fridge, though.
Yeah, I don't know if it's, you know, from the prior accident or if he missed a shift. It would be nice to get some insight from Jaden himself. But you can see how shallow he is. He doesn't even have a tire into the game there as far as outer zone 2, and he just kind of stops drifting and pays the penalty.
Yeah, that back right corner, man. That
thing is taking a beat.
That corner is just hammer town. Yeah, you saw it looked like that back right just jumps over Trevor's front right. So yeah, and that audio, you can hear him on and then off and then boom. So, man, Jaden's seen a lot of the tow trucks lately. Okay. So Empire Auto, I know he's got a lot of family support, and he's got his team supporting him. I'll pull that car up just a little bit, but and then Trevor Root.
Got tandem tow trucks out there.
Yes, they're dabbing up. Give a little C-clamp, see what's going on. Those all love. All right. Let's go head down and let's see what's going on down there with TLO.
Well, the team is working on the front end of the car. And Tommy, what damage has been sustained?
It seems like the toe out has moved a lot. You know, the car is a little bit soft also, so a small hit can change a lot the car. But it's racing, and we're just going to give a good chase.
Right now the clock is running. You had the 10 minutes. You're down to 4 minutes. Are you confident that the team can get everything together?
Yeah, I'm super calm. I see the guys. I'm sure they're going to manage to make sure the car is all ready, and I'm just going to give my 100%.
Tommy, thanks. Jared?
You're out of touch, you're out of time, am I right? Hall & Oates, Ball & Oates. So here's a conundrum here for Jaden, and we saw him earlier get that contact with Knapik, the final battle of 32, and boom, right? So they go in, gets his 10-minute allotment. But unfortunately, he went beyond that. He had to use his competition timeout, and you're only allotted one. So this, you know, if his car just isn't ready to run, it's going to be a wrap for him.
Look at the fellow Canadian Max there giving him a pat on the back. Yeah, because that is a bummer. Because I kind of touched on that in our top 32. I was like, if he needs that and uses it, if he just got the car to work enough in his 10-minute, then he could have still had a 5. But then the fault's on Jaden, so it's that's going to be the end of his weekend here.
Yeah. All right, so yeah, so very, very interesting turn of events, like you said. Just it bears repeating. Looks like Jaden will be out because, again, use his comp timeout. That's it. One and done. Trevor Root can put hands on his car if he wants to use his comp timeout. Maybe just if he feels confident in it, just run it.
Yeah, if that car can put, you know, a non-judge lead lap down, save that 5.
All right.
That's my strategy.
All right. Sticking to it?
Yes, absolutely.
The Root is not on fire.
No way.
Nope. I am Root, or he is Root.
Yeah.
Tommy Lemaire, all hands on deck, taking a look at that. But they've been on it for a while. I mean, I know they get 10 minutes. I feel like it's expanded, but I am seeing Trey over there, and we are seeing what's going down. There it is, 2 minutes. So again, it has not exceeded the 10 minutes. So 2 minutes, obviously. Just over that for TLO. Utilize every moment.
Yeah. I'm surprised. Yeah, I'm kind of surprised that there was that much damage suffered from. I thought the bash bar would have kind of taken the brunt of that and just deleted the bumper for him. But apparently they got bigger issues that hopefully they can fix in this little 2-minute warning.
Yeah, that back left corner. It looked like when he did hit him, it almost. I mean, that was a pretty big spin out. Threw him into the grass, but you know that toe in for sure.
I felt like he was just pirouetting in the grass. I thought it was just a little for show, but maybe.
No, definitely not. Okay, so waiting for TLO and Jimenez. The clock about to expire. All right, you can see Lorette, old fancy pink pants down there. I can see you. I can see you.
She can hear you.
She's down there. We're up in her cerebellum. She knows what's cooking.
Look at these guys. Yeah, it looks
great to have the insight down there. All right, thrashing and bashing. 1 minute left. They're going to obviously make it, but get that thing up to snuff. Finish out the second half of this battle. Jimenez was at fault, but they did complete the run. Definitely going to, you know.
Oh, yeah.
They completed the run. The contact was.
It was literally at the finish line.
Yeah, exactly. But, you know, just if you can recall it, you know, I would say TLO had a pretty dominant run over Jimenez. Finally caught him there towards the end, but we'll get the replay on the first run of this battle. All right, looks like TLO pulling up, and Jimenez should be there. Off in the pre-grid area. There he is. Yep. So right to the right of him, you can see Nick Jimenez ready to roll. All right, so there's Jimenez and Tommy Lemaire, the second half of this battle. And of course, like we said, the Trevor Root Jaden situation. Oh, but admittedly, you know, I talked about Trevor Root because Jaden was at fault. He does get hands on the car. So
sure does.
Yeah,
he gets
so 10 minutes. Yep. Yeah. So I digress about utilizing that.
Yeah, why were we so worried about that? The strategy.
Yeah, well, again, just bouncing around here, literally the car's off the walls and bouncing around battles here. Yeah, exactly. So we already have 6 vehicles in the grade 8s. O'Sully versus Buchanan, Hansen versus Chestnut, and Katsanidis versus Austin Matta. So, you know, right now, obviously it'll be Trevor Root versus one of these guys, second half. You know, the needle and the advantage kind of lean in the way of the Canadian pilot, but Nick Jimenez will lead, coming from Hollister, California. Repping that Northern California space. And Quebec driver TLO.
Jimenez had a very interesting top 16 ceremony dance.
Yeah, I don't know what that was.
Was that the Thromp or were you
the Hollister Shuffle? I don't know what that was exactly, but I'm sure he's excited to be here. You know, making the trip all the way from Southern California. See him in Salt Lake City. Tom Motorsports campus for the final round. Here we go, Jimenez. No pros were hit. Here's the second half of this battle. Jimenez and TLO into that first outside zone. Jimenez, but cannot shake Tommy Lemaire. And there we go, that second outside zone. You know how much of having that outside zone is freaking on these drivers, but looks like Jimenez keeps it together. Going to that last outside zone. Tommy Lemaire giving a lot of room. Maybe too much.
Yeah, a lot of handbrake there.
Yeah, a lot of handbrake there from Tommy Lemaire. Maybe a bit nervous, tiptoeing to the window.
Yeah, all things considering, though, that, I mean, besides that little mistake there at the end, it was a superior chase, I feel, than Jimenez had in his position. So TLO showing like almost an excessive display of power over Jimenez as far as keeping the gap real small here compared to Jimenez's chase as they bring it around here into outer zone 2. Jimenez was feeling it pretty good considering the track is gripped up, keeping his composure out front, but TLO is not letting him go as they go into outer zone 4. TLO kind of had a little slower transition and he tried to make up for it. I don't think it's going to be enough of a deficit to you know, take him out of this top 16, and we'll see what happens here as the judges make up their mind.
All right, looking at Illingworth and his crew there, and here is TLO, Richie and TJ jumping into the cameras. TLO, Nick Jimenez, TLO, Tommy Lemaire, our points leader, continues on into our racetreads.com Grade 8, the official tire service provider of the ProSpec Championship. We still have one half of the battle, Trevor Root, because Trevor Root, he again had that contact with Jaden, but all signs are saying that get his car right, he'll have a run. Jaden will be out due to him utilizing that comp timeout. We'll see the Trevor Root singular run. So we'll find out, Trevor Root, but don't go anywhere. When we come back, we'll see Root run, and then we will go into the Grade 8 here at round 3 of the Link Engine Management ProSpec Championship.
Is there an argument about whether pumice or walnut shell is the best abrasive in your hand cleaner? Not anymore. Fast Orange Premium brings the two abrasives together in one great heavy-duty hand cleaner that includes advanced skin protection. It's our best hand cleaner ever, and that's why we simply named it Premium. Fast Orange. We know a few things about cleaning hands.
Welcome to the streets of Long Beach. Look at that. It is a beautiful day here in Southern California.
K&N is back for another year as the official air filter of Formula Drift.
James Dean. Oh my gosh. I'm just flabbergasted by James Dean. There goes Ben Hobson. Big. Woo, uses all the course. Performance Mustang RTR. Von Ginn Jr. just riding the edge. Absolutely. RTR has been some busy camp over there.
The final touch to my dream build is a Sony Mobile ES system. Time to cruise with Sony Mobile ES.
on race day when we want to show everyone out there who's the best.
Here we go, Frederick Osbo.
We really need to be focused. I tell myself, I got this. I'm the best there is.
The star is Frederick Osbo. What we call the throwdown, the battle in Seattle. Are you with me? 1, 2, 3. Let's go, boys. The excitement is just palpable. You ready to rock? That guy's ready to shred. Oh no! Unleash the Kraken. And here we go. Let's send it! We got the win, mother. Let's go! Oh no! Ryan Turk parks it! That is all she wrote. An amazing event. Chelsea Denat gets the win.
That's right, the battle in Seattle, the Type S Throwdown. We are here, obviously, in St. Louis, Missouri. Join us in Seattle, Evergreen Speedway, just north of Seattle proper, Monroe, Washington. Love that round. It's sold out, so if you haven't bought your tickets, buy them now, because it is packed. I guarantee it. Then we make our way to Grantsville, Utah, on the 29th. And like I said, shoot, darn near about a month and a half, 6 weeks until our finale, Irwindale, California. So keep in mind, Utah is both ProSpec and Pro. But after here in St. Louis, just 3 rounds left to find out who is our 2024, both our Link Engine Management ProSpec champion and our Pro champion. Who's it going to be with a 70-point lead? James Dean. Tune in tomorrow, either online or in the building here at Worldwide Technology Raceway. The clock is ticking, but Trevor Root is, again, looking cool, looking calm, and get that thing dialed. He has, as you described, Matt, just needs to have a non-judged lead run, turn around the track, and he will advance on to the 8.
Absolutely. And I'm fairly confident he'll be able to do that.
Yeah. I mean, again, given 10-minute allotment, I think this is the right thing to do. But there we go.
Look at they got the torque wrench out there.
Oh, brother.
They're gonna beat that time by far. Come on, let's go. I think that'll be his furthest advancement if I'm not
I don't think we need to detail it.
Yeah.
You know, just throw it through the car wash, you know what I mean? Just for good measure. Keep it parked up front, kids. Trevor Root says, call me Trevor Tree. The seedling has become the Roots, and now what's going on here?
Hopefully it's starting up.
Lorette, what are we talking about here? What's the concern down here, Fancy Pants?
They look a little panicked.
Yeah.
Well, Trevor's getting ready. You can see him getting suited up. The clock is still running. It's at 2:25, and the car is starting up. So it looks like everything is good to go. I'll get a word with Kevin Wells. Kevin Wells, if you would tell us what the team was working on fixing.
Oh, they actually just replaced this inner tie rod end. They bent it up pretty good on that contact. Wow. So they got it swapped out, chucked in a new one, realigned the front toe, and back on the track.
And away we go. All right, Kev, thank you very much. Jared?
Thank you so much, Lorette. Again, I almost wore the same pink pants. That would have been so embarrassing.
I got some on my shoes.
Oh, you got a little pink on your shoes. That's good. All right, Kevin.
He approves.
Keep it tight. Kevin's corner, a little thumbs up. All right, so the Trevor Root camp. Again, it was a lot more violent of a contact than we anticipated or we actually thought, huh?
Yeah, that's kind of how it goes. You know, when you crash, it's you never know.
Yo, how we doing out there? Look at yourself on the big screen, hanging around on a Friday night. That's you, brother. Yeah, you.
What?
Nothing? Nothing. You got nothing for me. Put your hands up. Put your hands up if you can see me.
Hand check. Hand check.
Come on. All right. Well, Trevor Root, he is ready to run. And back to the start line, and this will solidify him advancing on into the Great 8. He will go against a very fierce TLO. All right, so again, Trevor Root advancing on. We'll lay out, listen, make sure he is all good, rip-roaring, and ready to go. And what's good for him is, you know, we'll go back to the top of the 8s, so he can still have a little bit more time to, you know, maybe align the car, get it right, you know, just make sure it's up to snuff. So lay out, listen. Here's the buy run for Trevor Root advancing on into our racetreads.com grading. I think he's pretty dialed.
Yeah, I mean,
all right. I mean, that was not too shabby.
Yeah, it was
not
a little
too shabby
conservative.
for Root.
A little conservative, but I think that's a good play.
Yeah, no, keep it off the walls. Smart, you know, work out the kinks or put the kinks in the run. All right, he'll make his way back to the start, and we will begin our racetreads.com Great 8.
Looks like they're already in the box.
Nice, well done. Pulling up
Sully and Buchanan.
Ooh, this should be good.
Absolutely. I mean, all these have been good. They just keep getting better.
Yep, refine. All right, so Osoli and Buchanan, you can see there. Hansen and Chestnut. Chestnut calling some shots, saying, hey, a lot of these guys have abandoned this chassis. We say, hey, we're trying to take grip out of the car. Katsanidis moving on. Austin Matta. I think two very different styles of driving between those two. And then TLO and Root. Root knows he needs to bring it the way Tommy Lemaire has been driving, but again, just had that contact. Talked about how dialed his car was, but now with that contact, might have shaken the system.
Yeah, like I said, you just got the buy run. It was a nice free practice lap to give it an actual shakedown.
Okay, here we are, taking a look. Our first battle over racetreads.com Great 8. If you don't know what Racetreads is, the official tire service provider of the ProSpec Championship. The RTS BMW will lead. Buchanan giving chase. Let's see what he's got. Let's see what both these gentlemen have. You know, yeah, I think the way Osoli has been driving, Cody Buchanan needs to apply the pressure. He cannot give him any distance here. And there it goes. Again, Osoli puts it right in that first outside zone, and diving in on that second outside zone goes Buchanan. That's not where you want to be. In on the inside, and there goes Osoli, that RTS BMW. He won in New Jersey. He'd love to get another victory, chomping away at that championship. Like I said, you can't give Osoli room, man.
Yeah, like you said, that's a championship-esque run there from Osoli here. And Buchanan, you know, he's a formidable opponent against Osoli, and he was trying to do everything he could to keep that proximity. But let's take a look here as O'Sullivan turns it into outer zone 1. Buchanan applying the pressure early. Just wish he would have kept it on there as he made a huge sacrifice there. I don't know if it was a bad timing transition. Grip. That outer zone 2 has been like the crux of a lot of situations here as we go through outer zone 3. Little left foot brake there from Osoli as they go into outer zone 4. And Buchanan continuing to take that shallower line to get that pressure on that he needed to do on Osoli. So now we're going to flip him around. We know that that rocket ship of Osoli's is going to put on a good chase run. So Buchanan, he's no slouch, as I've said, and he's going to put down a heater of a leader and see what they can come up with here as we take another look as they go into outer zone 2. There's that mistake by Buchanan. Unfortunately, that's going to be a pretty big deficit in the judges' eyes as they bring it around back to outer zone 4 as Buchanan tries to put the pressure on there and pull a handbrake and just, yeah, he started out strong and it kind of tapered off there as far as his aggression against Osoli. Or was he calling a 5 here? Or
yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. Just an update there. Cody Buchanan called a competition timeout, so he pulled straight in. We knew it was going to happen, so he just pulled straight in. And you brought up a point earlier that I think kind of applies to outside zone 2, where you talked about the lead driver needs to be
you know, smooth and aggressive on the outside zone 4, but the chase needs to be a little bit more lazy. That might be a good approach on outside zone 2 versus trying to dive in because the car is gripping up. Maybe kick back a little bit, drop into that outside zone 2, maybe lose a little bit of proximity, but regain it going from 2 to 3 because it's just a big, long sweeper.
And to your point, that's going to look so much more fluid and not look like a huge mistake like cutting that line. You're, you know, 10 feet off of the zone in that chase position. That's not where you want to be.
All right.
I wonder if we can get some insight from Lorette and see what's going on there real quick before we get.
Well, we already got cars to the line, baby. Keep it moving.
All right,
Chris,
fair enough.
Chris, you ought to know. You ought to know. Rudy Hansen, Justin Chestnut for our next battle. So again, a competition timeout called by Buchanan and Hansen and Chestnut. All right. Let's see what kind of power slap competition we got going here. Hansen. He's been driving great, man. He is really dialed. Got a good attitude. Chestnut, just an infectious laugh. You heard his laugh there. You know,
I don't know what I enjoyed more, his laugh or the way you laughed.
It was like I said, it was infectious. Like I heard his laugh and it made me laugh. It was great. All right, here we go. Rudy Hansen out front. Team Hansen, Chestnut, then After Hours Auto Sports. Hansen a slow initiation. Chestnut aggressive in the chase. So here we go. Oh boy, woo, buddy. All right, doing some landscaping there. Chestnut roasting on an open field as Rudy Hansen continues on. So, I mean, right from the start, Chestnut was super aggressive. You saw him initiate even earlier and more aggressively than Hansen, and that did not pay off for him as he spins out and goes off course.
Well, my question to you, Jared, was did it look aggressive because Rudy was a little failure to launch in Outer Zone 1, or
let's look at the 3-2-1
pure aggression?
That hasn't come into play. We haven't even mentioned
just because they're doing it like out of the gate, they're keeping these things lit. Like, look at that. He's already got the flick before the 2 and the 3. They're in Outer Zone 1. He came out of it early, but Chestnut, that's the first time that cone's been hit.
Yeah.
Wow.
Shot in. Nobody's gone on that grass side of things. And that rumble strip, it's pretty steep.
Yeah, it's a safe bet to say that that's an incomplete on Chestnut. I don't think there was any ill happenings from the lead driver there before this moment. As you can see, Chestnut just kind of rolling
Chestnut
through.
pulled right back to the start. Look at that. He just pulled right back. So let's go.
My dude.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, so your analyzation there, do you think Hansen was failure to launch on 3-2-1 cone?
No.
He was on time.
No, he was on time, and it didn't look any malicious, or he didn't slow down in that Outer Zone 1. I think it was just ill timing from Chestnut there, and didn't pay off. Like I said, that smoke gets thick under the lights, and Rudy was pouring it on.
I think it was a Chestnut just knowing he's going against Hansen, so maybe a bit of nerves and just came unwound and just knowing really to rise to the occasion. Here he is in grade 8. He's got some confidence. So, but right now it did not pay off for him. So Rudy's got an advantage here. So here comes Chestnut. He will be leading Hansen, chasing him down through that start chicane. Now look at Chestnut.
Whoa.
Yeah, slingshots away from Hansen, who does not get into the outside zone. So maybe having some issues, some grip as Hansen looks like he comes out of angle on that outside zone 2. But you know, you got to think you're comparing that big massive mistake going off course. If Hansen just keeps it together, has an okay run, he's gonna get the win.
That's all he's got. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's just
so
enough.
simple.
Yeah, that's just enough. So, you know, that's not gonna win the event, but he did just enough.
Yeah, not that it's like a huge benefactor to that run, but it looked like that Outer Zone 2 problem is still happening. I don't know how these guys are going to overcome that, because I'm just not sure what's happening exactly as we look at Buchanan's 5 o'clock here. His competition timeout dwindling down to almost the 2-minute mark here as we take a look at his right front. Looks like they got the toe plates on there. The tape measures are out. Jack stands are coming out. So it looks like they're preparing for that thing to get dialed in and double check. Discount double check.
Yeah, maybe loosen the car up. What do you think?
I mean, they'd be in the rear. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I felt like he was kind of battling some grip demons there in his last run. So let's see what the result is.
That outside zone 2. You know, I don't know if you were listening yesterday. Obviously, you're down the line, but Jacob and I were talking about, you know, how Robert Thorne's car traditionally really set up
grippy and it's loose, but then it shoots out of the hole. So
dude, does it ever?
What's that? Yeah, right?
Yeah.
So again, that traditional kind of road racer setup and then modified for drift. It's definitely a different setup. So let's see what we got here. All right, we're going to see the judges taking a look at the BC Racing side-by-side. What's the point of interest here? Do you think,
throw a headset on there while we take a look at this, guys. And maybe, was there a slowdown with Rudy that they're looking for in that mistake?
Yeah.
And maybe they can give me some more insight here.
Okay, so maybe Rudy did throw off Chestnut is what they're analyzing, getting off throttle. We saw this more in outside zone 4. We have yet to see it on outside zone 1 on initiation.
Yeah, because the outer zone 1 happens so fast.
Yeah, Hansen in the lead. See him initiate, and then kind of jumps back on throttle. Okay. Yeah, I mean, smoke signal isn't the, we talk about.
End all be all.
Yeah, exactly. It's not the end all be all. It's more of the excel decel. I think that's a even better indicator, the momentum, right? So again, those lights on the windshield, green, think of the pendulum, that weight right in the middle of the cabin of the car. So that weight on a string, when it's green, that thing is going backwards, and kind of when it's yellow, it's at idle, and then basically when it's red, you're getting that momentum actually kind of coming to a halt. So think of that weight on a string, and that is, again, your momentum lights on the windshield.
Yeah, it's kind of measuring G-forces.
All right, Hansen waiting inside the cockpit of his vehicle. Chestnut on the other side. There we are, looking in the cockpit of Hansen. All right, taking a look at the different angle. Looks like a couple of the drivers have inputted, or excuse me, a couple of the judges, or no, just one of the judges actually has inputted their verdict.
Yeah,
look at it once
take
again.
Another look here. Let's see if we can almost see the. Let's look at Rudy Hansen's windshield here. We got. It looks like it's stained blue, and so we're kind of just going by the tire smoke here.
I saw it that time when it was blown up versus the side by side. It's like 1-2. Yeah, it was like a step. Yeah, you saw Rudy kind of. It was like a 10 degree, and then it went like a 40 degree, and then he floated it and then got on the gas.
Yeah. Wasn't quite like a reinitiation, but
wow.
Definitely the angle was poured on for whatever reason.
Yeah, and the judges just right here in front of us are elaborating on, it looked like Chestnut, again on that first glance, but really when you really focus on that and slow it down, once we give this verdict here, definitely want to take a look at that again, and we'll get Robbie here on there. All right, so you can see Rudy and Chestnut awaiting the outcome here. So slide him left for Hansen or right for Chestnut, and here it is. Justin Chestnut gets the victory. So if we can, Robbie, going down to you, and we're going to play that clip once again. And here we are. So, Rudy out front. What did you guys see?
All right, so after, it looked like Chestnut just went off by himself, but watching the replay from the top right here, we really noticed that Rudy initiated right at the end of where he was supposed to. Then he kind of floated the car all the way through the middle of the outside zone 1, then got on the throttle. And the only thing we could think of is that kind of threw off right there. Then he finally got on the throttle, and that's almost at the end of the outside zone 1. And that could have thrown off the chase car to have to come to a halt. And pretty much, we're not going to say he tried to stall it. Something happened. He couldn't get back onto throttle as early as possible. But then we just put that big mistake that Chestnut made actually on the lead car instead. And that's why we came up with the conclusion.
All right, just to give some clarification there, Rudy didn't do what he was supposed to do and basically initiate, boom, snap, right to angle, fill that zone on power, on momentum, and he didn't do that. So there you go.
You can kind of see, like what Robbie was saying, it was floating it in there. It wasn't exactly on throttle until way too late.
Yeah, so a big moment for Mr. Chestnut. He advances on, taking out Rudy Hansen, and we will continue on. Austin Matta versus Margaritas Katsanidis in the BMW. So
All right, and it looks like, I apologize, we are going back to the second half of the Buchanan-Osoli battle. Remember, Buchanan called that competition timeout, and looks like they are back up and running. And remember, Buchanan had that mistake on that second outside zone, so we will see. And again, Osoli is on one.
Wow, he's on that
boy,
bumper.
Osoli, yeah, he is right there. Now Buchanan, look at that. He is dialed now. Quick little correction of those front wheels, going to that second outside zone. The Nissan Z into that third outside zone. And look at Osoli, just no fear right now. Going finally into that last outside zone. What are they going to do? Both of them filling it, good angle. Obviously Buchanan, he knows he really need to put down a banger of a lead run. Osoli didn't mimic exactly the angle, but I think it was a good compromise of, you know, getting that proximity and just kind of right there.
Yeah, his chase run kind of looked more refined compared to Buchanan's, especially in outer zone 2. So let's rewind it back here and check it out from either Eye in the Sky or Justin Smash. See what we can deduce from there.
All right, so that was the second half of that battle. I'm sure we're going to take a look at the first run with Osoli leading, but
just look at that.
Here's a replay.
That's about as close as you can get without beating the lead driver, as Buchanan does a great job of filling that zone. Osoli far behind there, but those transitions, though, he's timing them perfect. Outer zone 2, he breaks that curse. As we go into outer zone 3, he's just right in that pocket. That's where you want to be, and you can kind of see like I was talking about, that transition the chase driver needs to make in order to time this proximity perfect in outer zone 4. And O'Sullivan does a great job of doing that. I really like what he did there.
Yeah, that was really well done. He could have been deeper, but like you said, by comparison, what we've seen,
right?
That was pretty good. Yeah, all things considered, especially, you know. So here we go. Slide them left for O'Sullivan or right for Cody Buchanan. And there it is. Connor O'Sullivan, winner in Jersey, advances on, going to the Final Four.
And against Chestnut.
Well, you know what's great for Osoli? Guaranteed a podium. Even if he loses, he's guaranteed third place because he comes into this round being our #1 seeded driver.
Nice.
Because he won in New Jersey. And again, you know, take this into consideration too. Anybody that is in this 16, we're going to see them get already pre-seeded going into Utah.
Oh, yeah.
You know, so I'm talking about Osoli. Obviously talking about Buchanan, Hansen, Chestnut, Katsanidis, Matta, TLO, and Root. All those drivers are already, 16. So, shoot. Obviously, Denat, yeah, so 16 total, not just those 8. I apologize, I digress. But anybody we announced in that driver introduction, locked and loaded for Utah.
Yeah, that's a
major advantage.
Great takeaway.
That is a major advantage.
Yeah, because that seating, like, it's
pressure.
It's a cool dynamic, but it's also, I feel like it's less pressure than qualifying, but
you're talking about like the traditional previous format.
Yeah, the previous format. Now we get to see the tandem battles to fill the brackets.
Yep. All right, so here we are, Austin Matta, Katsanidis on the line. Now here we are seeing, again, halfway through our Grade 8, establishing our Final Four. Matta will lead. The LS Doctor, Drift Doctor, will chase him down. A little spray of the nitrous. And get the thumbs up from our starter. We are clear to send. Let's see what we got here from Matta out front. Katsanidis in the chase position. Boom, Matta leaves the start. No cones hit. I think we're good. Absolutely. Here we go. And there we go. Austin Matta into that first out. I mean, what a great placement of the vehicle of Austin Matta out front in that second outside zone. The LS Doctor takes a shallower line. Good angle there, but definitely needs to get that proximity. Matta maxing out the angle. Good, clean sweep into the outside zone 4. What a setup by Austin Matta.
Saw that coming.
Whoa.
No.
And that was really deep. Matta is familiar with that wall. We saw Jimenez with that wall. Let's make sure that was a solid hit and spin. Let's make sure he's okay.
Boy, for how thick that smoke was, I don't think he could have seen that. Yeah. Hopefully the bash, like that bash bar, hopefully that's
Still
all that
rolling.
took the front, and that rear tire looks pretty good yet, so yikes. I think it was just tires.
Yeah, let's take a look at it again. But I'll tell you what, Austin's lead run was absolutely butter.
Look at these rocket ships coming out of that chicane there. It was just like, holy cow.
Look at that
doing a great job. Yeah, it was just perfect. And Katsanidis is right there with him, and this is where he had to sacrifice again. That not as bad as previous battles, but he did a good job. Look here. But Austin Matta gives him a little opportunity to throw it on the angle. Katsanidis right there. I love this dive in. Boom, right into that pocket, and fills it all the way through on his own 4, and taking a little taste of the rubber there. Whew,
but I mean, I'll tell you what. Look, Matta probably had the best lead of today in PROSPEC, and just given the conditions, the pressure, where he's at, his placement outside zone 3 was, I mean, textbook.
Absolutely.
And 4 looked good. He kind of was halfway to maybe a quarter of the way, on the outside of it.
Yeah,
I really love 1, 2, and 3. That was flawless.
And just where, Katsanidis ended up can attest on how deep Austin was into that AutoZone 4.
Right. Wow. All right. So yeah, taking out the tire wall there, and Katsanidis, man.
Tire wall there, I don't care.
Taking a licking and keep on ticking. All right.
No checkup here from the doctor.
No, man. Just put a Band-Aid on it. We're good. Not even a Band-Aid. I mean, I'm taking a look at that back right. I mean, I'm surprised that didn't debeat, or if it, on initiation, you got to think about that,
All tires, like it's, hopefully it's all cosmetic.
Yep, here we go. Yeah, he definitely slapped that back right corner, but it's barely bruised. Here we go.
Wow.
Yeah, Katsanidis, oh, he dives in, and here comes Austin Matta. Kind of shimmying their way into outside zone 3. And now, finally, the outside zone 4. What are they going to do? You can see them just red and green. It looks like Christmas on their windshields, and brings it all the way through. So, looks like Katsanidis just powers all the way through. I'm really surprised. I mean, I don't think he uses competition timeout earlier. I am wildly impressed, to be quite honest. I'm not even mad. Impressed.
You're not colored surprised or anything?
No.
Well. Okay. Reeling the tapes back here as we go back in time. I don't think these guys were reaching quite 88 miles an hour, but let's take another look at this from the past as we roll in over the gates there. And Katsanidis, just probably one of the most angles in Outer Zone 1 we've seen here. Look at that, just pouring on the angle. I don't know if that has to do with the hit or not, but this is also a little bit of a grace period. That rumble strip, you got a little piece of that. Austin Matta doing a great job of keeping his composure in the chase position as Katsanidis fills that Outer Zone 3, and you can see the attack here from Matta going into Outer Zone 4, just keeping the pressure on the LS Doctor as they follow through Outer Zone 4 through the finish. Just look at that. Good runs by both. I think the only mistake I can take is Katsanidis in the chase position, and right here, that Outer Zone 2 demon just can't be shook with some of these drivers here as we get through Outer Zone 3. Matta doing a great job. You can see those D-cell lights just flashing green. These guys are pouring on the throttle for the finish and doing a great job. Both parties put on a great show.
All right. Are we going to get a verdict? Slide him left for Matta, right for Katsanidis. And it looks like Austin Matta gets the victory. Matta is in the final 4. All right, so 3 of the 4. And again, Matta advances on. He came into this event sitting 10th right now. TLO, Tommy Lemaire. He came in 3rd, and then talking about Root came in 27th. So again, the only locked and loaded podium we got is that of O'Sully.
Yes, sir.
Tommy Lemaire, Trevor Root. Got Canada versus Connecticut.
They're not too far away.
Well. All right, TLO and Trevor Root. You can see them just pulling up to the start. Who's going against Matta? Yeah, a lot of, again, just a
couple different chassis, similar power plants, and I don't want to say 2 different driving styles. They seem like Root's kind of growing into the series. It's nice to see him progress, and TLO's, like you said, he's taking that time off, and it's so far it's worked out great for him.
Yeah, he's maybe been in the metaphorical gym. We'll see if we see a backflip. He was on the podium in Jersey, but backflip off the cars only happens when he gets the win, I assume. All right, here we go. Tommy Lemaire out front, ripping into into that first outside zone. The rate to angle there was absolutely beautiful. Now coming into that second. Ooh, Trevor, you can see him coming out of the smoke. Looked like it might have thrown him off, but good proximity and Tommy Lemaire in that third outside zone. Trevor Root, let's see, again, we talk about the aggressive, the smoothness, the laziness. Wow. And yeah, that was, I mean, Tommy Lemaire just looked possessed.
I gotta hand it to Root though too. That chase, like, you know, he
risked
didn't seem
a lot.
to have the speed and the sacrifices he made. He still made it look smooth. Look at these guys coming out of the chicane here, rocket ships, and Root knew he had to put it all down here as TLO just flicks it in there, filling out outside zone 1. Root trying to keep the pressure on here, almost over-rotates as he keeps his composure, but makes that mistake. He recovers it from it really well as he continues to try to put the pressure on into that rocket ship of TLO's S15. He does a great job of temperamenting his transition in the chase position there as they finish out outer zone 4 and through the finish, and it was just a good job by Root there as they finish out the run. And you know, like, TLO's just been putting a clinic of lead runs in here, as you can see him from Justin Spash as they go into outer zone 2. Root over-rotating there as we saw before, but TLO fully filling that outer zone 2. Good arc into outer zone 3. Could have been a touch deeper, but not to take away from everything else in that lead run. And Root definitely putting the pressure on here. He did a great job against this formidable competitor that is TLO.
All right, Trevor Root. See if he's Guardian of the Galaxy. I am Root, and again, TLO, that XPN vehicle, FDF. Definitely stepped up in the angle kit world. And here we go, Trevor Root into that first outside zone. Tommy Lemaire, our points leader, buried in that GT radial smoke in that second outside zone. Good angle from Root as Tommy Lemaire gives himself a little bit of distance, and Root really getting close to that wall. And oh man, look at that, a tight line by Root. He loops it, and that is just gonna seal in the flavor for Tommy Lemaire, and that flavor is maple syrup. All right, so Trevor Root loops it, and TLO unofficially with that victory and with that mistake.
Yeah, that's one of the few mistakes that we've deemed an incomplete this year going forward. So look at Root. He was looking really good, but TLO was putting on a lot more pressure in his position, his chase position right away. Look at this transition as they go into outer 2. He did hold a little hand right there to gain some proximity, as Root did do a good job of filling outside zone 2. More deeply in 3, Root did versus TLO's lead, but then TLO's chase here, good temperament here as Root loops it around, and TLO does a good job of avoiding a collision there. So fortunately, that's going to be all she wrote for Root in this battle.
And let's make it official. Slide him left for TLO. Trevor Root is knocked out. So our final 4 is set. Racetreads.com final 4. You're seeing Osoli, Chestnut, Matta, and TLO. All right. So again, there it is. This is how it is shaped up and whittled down. So again, Connor O'Sullivan guaranteed a podium. So Lorette, you can tell him, again, coming in #1 with the win in Jersey. He can't go back-to-back, but he's guaranteed at least 3rd. Is he okay with just having 3rd?
No way he's okay with having just 3rd. You know that. You know he's going after the win. And he did take that win. We're going to see him move forward in advance. But the car, you said, it felt funky. What was happening?
Yeah, my chase run, the car felt a little weird. I don't really know what it is. I can't really pinpoint it, so the boys are just making sure the toe and the alignment's straight, nut and bolt, and I think we'll be all right.
Okay. So the team already, you feel like they have the problem solved?
Yeah, I just wanted to look it over, make sure everything's good. I don't want to not say anything and just make sure everything's solid. So.
Connor, thank you so much. Well, ladies and gentlemen, when we come back, the final 4. Don't go anywhere.
Is this it?
This is it!
Passionate about a life in racing? Circle track, drag racing, drifting, or monster jam. Find it all at the University of Northwestern Ohio.
The passion here is very different than I've seen in the other schools.
You guys set them up very, very well to succeed and to win in a big-time way.
The fact there's a school you can go to for racing is just a little bit insane, but it's very cool because it gives kids like me the opportunity to chase that dream.
See where your future can take you with a high-performance motorsports degree from the University of Northwestern Ohio.
If this is your idea of ladylike, you're gonna fit right in. Join us at Toyota Racing.
So the next step was to get this thing on a proper ECU, especially with all the technology that Link has to offer.
Which should give us full communication and full control over all the sensors.
But so far, being able to log in and review every lap has been a huge plus.
To have Link pull through and step up for us and just help us out to be able to all pull it together.
That's all we need. Simple, cheap, easy, works, good ECU, weatherproof.
It's got enough IOs too, like we're doing tons of stuff. Oil, fuel pressure, boost control.
All those features I have thanks to the Link ECU.
Final four is set. That's right. You can see the St. Louis Arch, the largest freestanding structure in the Western Hemisphere. I didn't know if you knew that. $15 million it took 2 years. And actually, when they built it, it sank about 15 feet. Dang. Fun fact. What else? What other facts you got? Huh? I don't know who designed it. I don't know exactly. I just looked. Oh, that's right. TW. Okay, yeah. All right, so Connor O'Sullivan, Justin Chestnut, and Connor O'Sullivan, he's making a run at a championship, but TLO, he's in the Final Four. But Justin Chestnut, my man's got to be stoked right now. After Hours Auto Sports, all signs were kind of saying, I'm like, oh, he went off, that's done. And then after further evaluation, again, Rudy Hansen, checked up, or didn't check up, I digress. Failure to kind of launch and just kind of stutter stepped. So there we are, Burnout Box, the BOB here at FD. All right, so again, O'Sully and Chestnut on the one side, and Matta and TLO on the other side.
Yeah, like I've said, Jared, these battles just keep getting more and more epic. Like, we whittle them down, and the excitement level's just gone up and up.
To the moon, baby. All right, there is that RTS BMW. These are the points on the line. Again, the win, 100 points. Second, 84. You can see third and fourth are the same because third place is dictated by preceded. So again, like I said, O'Sully is guaranteed at minimum a third place podium, because if he loses here, he'll get third place. And first time Chestnut has advanced past the 32, and here he is, one battle away from getting his first FD podium. That would be absolutely amazing here in St. Louis. Chestnut, again, shots fired, talking about his chassis and how he's developed the car, how it's going, and obviously it seems to be working out for him. And, you got to think he's taking into consideration. Hopefully his spotter says, hey, O'Sullivan's not 100%. He says, sound a little weird, might be a little funky, so reap the benefits. Here we go, that RTS BMW. O'Sully initiates. Oh, and he goes deep, but Chestnut goes up shallow into the second outside zone. Look at Chestnut into the rumble strips. Again, that is violent. You saw the attitude of the vehicle get disrupted, but O'Sully continues on. If he's got any issues, it's definitely not showing right now. That last outside zone, a little bit of hiccup from the white wheels, and brings it across. Like I said, I don't know. Maybe O'Sully's just lying.
Yeah, he's sandbagging.
Yeah, he's like, oh, I don't know. I'm not feeling 100%. And then whammo, just shuts the door on him. So a great lead run there by O'Sully.
Definitely some room for improvement for Chestnut in the chase, but still aggressive.
Yeah, I like what he did here in outer zone 1. Both parties here making a nice aggressive initiation. Chestnut a little too deep in the pocket. I think that set him up for a little bit. He ran out of course there as he gets into outer zone 2, and he tries to reel O'Sullivan back in here, who's doing a great job getting through outer zone 3 completely. And Chestnut trying to sacrifice a little bit of the line there for the proximity, and it's a little too late there as they go through outer zone 4, and O'Sullivan here taking another look at that initiation, and he's only got about a wheel in that outer zone 1, so that's probably why Chestnut was a little too shallow coming into outer zone 2 as he tries to make up for that little mistake here. O'Sullivan just looking very little correction there through outer zone 3, and Chestnut trying to do that kind of lazier transition, but it was just too far behind to make that effective as they finish the line and almost take out those tires again. So you can see O'Sullivan's team looking at the stream here. Would you guys give us a wave here? Show us you're pumped for your guy.
Obviously they felt the champagne rain in New Jersey. They love to feel it again on all the way to the top of the box. And look at Chestnut. He jumps out there real quick, but comes up just a bit short-sheeted. And now into that second outside zone. You see him go in, dives out, and he talks about taking some grip out of the car, grips up, going to that third outside zone. Chestnut, again, his best progression here. He needs to win in order to get a podium, and O'Sullivan applies the pressure.
Boy, oh boy.
Yeah, I don't know if it's going to be enough, man. Just going off of what we saw with O'Sullivan's lead run and where Chestnut's car placement was, we're seeing smiles there. There you go. Is that all right, Rick? What's that? He said
they
fourth?
know what's going on.
Did he say fourth? Oh, he's throwing deuces.
Deuces. So yeah, I mean, without looking at it from the shoot in the hip alive, it looked like Justin never even got, besides outer zone 3, into any of the outer zones. Came up short here in outer zone 2, and that kind of reduces the radius for the chase car, which O'Sullivan made up for greatly here as he gets out of outer zone 3 a little early. Good transition here, mimicking the angle. Going to outer zone 4 is just not deep enough to kind of overcome O'Sullivan's lead, which was checking all the boxes.
Yeah.
Can't do that this late in the game, which is, this is his first time, progressing this far into the turn or the bracket, and but hats off to him. He's dialing in this chassis that very few people have at this level, and so with Sullivan's great lead run here, it's just not going to be enough on Chestnut to I think overcome.
Hold his head high and LOL, but I think Chestnut's continuation on into this event stops here, unfortunately. We'll make it official. Connor O'Sullivan gets the win, and it is unanimous. So O'Sullivan gets the win, one step closer to going back-to-back wins, and again, chipping away at that lead by TLO, Tommy Lemaire. He would love to, again, I would have to venture to say he'd love to see Austin Matta get the victory, and that would just help out, again, that power struggle and that points chase for the championship. But
I mean,
regardless, win by win, battle by battle, all things considered.
Yeah, like we say, like when you break down those points you get in the in the bracket here, 100 points is a huge chunk that he could take away from Tommy.
Yep. So there we are, looking at the stats, the horsepower. I always question the horsepower numbers, but I mean, regardless, it's how you manage it.
It is.
How you manage it.
It's whether it's mechanically into the tire, they're all on the same tire. So I mean, whether it's 800 or 1100 horse, it's all up to that skinny pedal.
Yep. All right, what's the reaction here? What are we gonna see here? Quickly, just jack the thing up, throw on some tires,
turn that thing around, change the nitrous bottle.
Yep, lady cheering them on. All right, O'Sullivan looks calm, looks cool. I mean, looks mint, dude. I mean, it's barely breaking a sweat. Looks like,
It is nice out.
Yeah, it's again a beautiful evening. We were talking about the weather earlier and how it affects the vehicle, but I mean, like I said, earlier was 70. It's still only 68. It got down to about 64 yesterday, so that's a considerable drop even from yesterday. But here we are. We got let's call it what it is. 2 more battles left to find out who wins here in St. Louis. But right now it's TLO and Austin Matta. TLO initiates, drags it on in. Matta bathing in the smoke. Let's see how he handles it. He comes out of it a little bit unscathed. You saw him grip up, shooting the inside. Tommy Lemaire filling that third outside zone. Matta, great proximity, mimicking the angle. How are they going to come in to the outside zone 4? Matta drops into formation. Well done into that smoke pocket. Definitely not a hot pocket. Well, a smoky pocket at that. TLO and Austin Matta.
Yeah, it looked a little shaky in the chase position, but he really came through in the end there, Jared. I really liked what Matta brought. TLO's performance out front has never been disappointing here as we take a look at the True Serum drone as he throws it in outer zone, completely filling it. Matta a little farther behind than he probably wanted to be, and he sacrificed a little bit of the course here, but this is where he sticks it to the door of TLO through outer zone 3. Just look at that proximity and this transition and the attack from Matta as it sticks with him throughout the entirety of outer zone 4. Just beautifully done. And like I said, you can't have a good chase run without a good lead run, and TLO gives Matta just that good opportunity to show him what he can do in the chase position here as we take another look at it. Getting through outer zone 2, and here's the only bigger mistake from Matta is that outer zone 2 position where he kind of wavers, but after that, beautiful execution for Matta as they bring it around here, transitioning into outer zone 4, and you can see just how close he was to the XPN door of TLO and just sticks right with him. Like he got on the lasso and held on tight.
Hook in him, right? Yeah. Try to throw a hook in him. All right, Matta, I'm expecting a big, aggressive initiation here. He says, TLO, follow me, dog. Here we go. What you got? What you gonna bring, Canada? Matta, look at that. All green light, all green, go. And TLO right there. Look at that, the burgundy shot. Oh, and he dives in. An uncharacteristic TLO mistake in that second outside zone. Austin Matta fills it. Now coming to that last and final outside zone. Matta, how's he gonna do? Oh, and TLO loops it. All right, let's not count our chickens again. You know, TLO, you know, obviously an aggressive driver. Here we are taking a look. Oh,
might be a little delayed. Man.
See, yeah, again, tempering the excitement here or the nerves. Seeing what's that, the throat chop? What do we got? So
that was so exciting.
Did Matta, you know, did he slow down? Again, we saw Chestnut made the mistake, but wow, that was sick.
Good, and he got lost in the smoke. Just too early at those speeds, and Matta just keeping his composure. He's like, hold on to it. TLO pouring on the smoke there with the GT radials and trying to stick it back, and Matta was so close to spinning out, and then TLO just got too excited.
Back and forth, back and forth.
Yeah, I did not see that coming on my bingo card.
No, and again, watch this. Tommy Lemaire, he knew. Like I said, I was expecting that from Matta. You're seeing a little bit of breaks, but I don't think that's enough.
Look how well that filled from Matta in that lead position, going into 2, 3, just hardly any corrections here.
Yeah.
TLO's kind of wave of the tail there back in the chase position is just unfortunate. He shook him.
And this is it. Look at that. Dabs up. There we go. Hugs all around.
Still got a run to do?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yep. And again, he's got his tribe there on the back. I love that. He's got it on his roof. Yeah. Oh, man, I love you. I love you. All right, bro.
No, you good job. No, you good job.
Dabbing it up. Well done. Round of applause for these guys. What a battle right there. Come on. Here we go, slide him left for Tommy Lemaire or right for Austin Matta. Who's going to the finals against Osoli? It's Austin Matta going to the finals. TLO does lock in third, but it's Matta going to, again, the finals. Tommy Lemaire got third place in New Jersey, but right now, again, woo! You know who's excited right now? Connor O'Sullivan. He's got to be pumped. This is a good scenario for him as, again, in that points championships chase. Easy for me to say. I'm excited. Got a lot of champs. Lorette, are you with Osoli?
Yeah, of course I am. And just catching up with Connor. Connor, right now, are you thinking about anything other than the battle? Are you looking forward to the championship points, or are you just concentrating on the battle at hand?
For sure. That's the goal this year, is to win the championship. We want to move up, and if we don't get a championship, maybe we might not do it. So, yeah, I'm looking for that #1 spot tonight for sure. I'm feeling really good. The car's gripped up. It's on rails. The team's killing it, and I definitely have some high expectations for trying to get that #1 spot.
Yeah, absolutely. And have you seen battle against Austin before? Do you know what to expect?
I haven't. He's one of my good friends. I know he's a ripper. The dude shreds. I haven't talked to my spotter yet. I haven't seen any of his runs, but I know he's a good driver, and he's going to let it eat for sure. So I'm excited for this battle.
And that must inspire a lot of confidence for you.
For sure. Now I can chase him at full tilt, and I don't have to worry about him spinning out or doing anything funky. I know he's a solid driver, so we're definitely going to put down a nasty chase, so I'm excited.
All right, well, you saw Connor pull in after his Final Four battle, and we saw that you were so calm. That must take a lot of effort for you.
Yeah, I guess I'm trying to stay calm. Yeah, I don't know.
Love it.
Yeah.
Maybe a man of few words, but he is looking forward to the final battle against his friend, Austin Matta.
Thank you so much, Lorette. Again, you know, he got the win in Jersey. He, you know, doesn't have to go against the points leader, so a little bit of a sigh of relief there. And he says, hey, championship, our sights are set, and that's what we want. And, you know, if he doesn't get the championship, maybe sticks around. We saw that with Brutski. Even though he won the championship, he stuck around. You know, 4 rounds. It's manageable. Lot going on here, but there you are. Look, got a little zin going right there. All right, so Osoli feeling it up. How we doing out there, St. Louis? Yeah, that's you. What's cracking?
It's Hurst crew, isn't it? We got one of them.
Yeah, there we go. Yep, seeing Hurst crew, and yep.
Oh no,
So some of the pro drivers sticking around. So when we come back here to Worldwide Technology Raceway, we are gonna see the finals. Who's gonna win here at round 3 of the Link Engine Management ProSpec Championship? We see you, brother. Great hat, throwing up the pieces. Thank you so much. We come back again. Who's gonna win? Austin Matta or Connor Osoli Sullivan?
Let's go!
So the next step was to get this thing on a proper ECU, especially with all the technology that Link has to offer.
Which should give us full communication and full control over all the sensors.
But so far, being able to log in and review every lap has been a huge plus.
To have Link pull through and step up for us and just help us out to be able to all pull it together.
That's all he needs. Simple, cheap, easy, works, good ECU, weatherproof.
It's got enough IOs too, like we're doing tons of stuff. Oil, fuel pressure, boost control.
All those features I have thanks to the Link ECU.
GT Radio. Experience ultra high performance.
The final touch to my dream build is a Sony Mobile ES system. Time to cruise with Sony Mobile ES.
モータースポーツで得た高度な技術をすべてのレイズホイール一本に込める魂は永遠に変わらないビヨンド・ザ・レボリューション The concept is racing.
And here we are, the lights are on, it's about to get lit. We're talking about the GT radial tires, the Link engine management in the vehicles, the Crossroads. Worldwide Technology Raceway just across the Mississippi River from the famous St. Louis Arch, literally just minutes away. And again, we are about to see our finals to find out who will win round 3 of the Link engine management
PROSPEC Championship. Austin Matta upsets our current points leader, TLO, Tommy Lemaire, and is in the finals, going against our most recent winner, Connor O'Sullivan, who won in New Jersey, Shakopee, Minnesota. Again, repping his tribe, and there we are, Connor O'Sullivan, repping Connecticut. Says he's thinking championship, but he would love this win, gain some ground. He already did, even though, even if he gets second, chips away a little bit at that lead of Tommy Lemaire. So that's it's definitely important for him. As what are you expecting here? What are your expectations?
I've been thinking about this while we're getting these cars turned around, getting them fueled up, getting fresh tires, and I can't make a prediction in my head. I can't. They're both blue and white cars. They're both supercharged LSs under the hood. I feel like Sullivan has a little more temperament as to when to dial it back in than Austin. But I mean that's also that margin between them is growing smaller as Matta matures in the series. But O'Sullivan is. I mean it's just going to be a heater here. Let's just expect something wild here. Big initiation for Matta is to become, and O'Sullivan is going to throw down as well here. So it looks like he's going to be getting the lead because he seeded first as he finished first in the last round. And let's get him lined up here and get the finals going.
All right, so again, keep in mind here, Tommy Lemaire has 170 points. Connor O'Sullivan is 28 points behind the points leader. So again, got to bring it up. After this, we are officially 3/4 of the way through our 2024 Link Engine Management PROSPEC Championship. So every point counts. Again, 100 points for the win, with TLO getting 3rd place. What's going on here? Oh no. Oh no, Matta pulls off.
That was aggressive.
All right, so Matta calls a comp timeout. He gets iced. He gets iced at the line. Austin Matta pulls off, and O'Sully gets iced. I feel like this is a football game, right? So what do we got here? He says go for it, pulls on back.
Yeah, I seen Logan with a fire extinguisher.
Yeah, that's never a good sign.
Yeah, I kind of took a peek underneath the car of Matta there. Maybe we can get Lorette down there to get some insight.
Saw some sparks. Okay, from the Bell House. Okay, so yeah, so again, TLO gets 70 points. So so again, if it's either 14, if O'Sully wins, he assumes the lead because he has 28 points. It's 30 points. So he takes the lead by 2 points over Tommy Lemaire. If Connor O'Sullivan gets 2nd place, TLO does still hold on and retain the lead. So there we are. We're seeing Kevin looking under the hood of Matta. So let's listen in. Maybe Lorette, down to you. They said sparks.
Right there. Get under the car.
Bell House.
In the Bell House?
Yeah, there'd be a clutch issue maybe. Lorette, you got something for us?
Head on the toe, Matt. Head on the toe.
All right. So sun's out, guns out. Even though the sun's not out, the guns are still out. And yeah, this is it's got to be a little nerve-wracking for O'Sully too, as Lorette. Maybe what do you got down there, Lorette?
Hey. I don't see nothing apparent. It's the O2 sensor not being in there. Oh, that's exactly what it's there. Who asked me to call them? It's the O2 sensor that blew out.
I can't hear you, Lorette. I apologize. You're cutting out. I apologize. But
I did overhear maybe a
yeah.
O2 sensor that was supposed to be in there. Maybe they're seeing flames coming out of the exhaust. Maybe it wasn't a clutch issue, but maybe we get some relayed information from our technical director Kevin Wells up to our race control, and hopefully it's just a precautionary thing, because doing this course without a clutch would be one heck of a task.
Oh, dude, yeah, it's
been done.
It's the reoccurring theme of seeing the gosh, look at the size of that turbo. All right, so what do we?
Super job.
Sorry, yeah, sorry. I knew that.
It's a belt-driven turbo. You're okay.
All right, what's going on here?
I mean, they don't seem as panicked anymore. Going down.
Are we good?
Suited and booted.
Suited, booted. All right, says running.
Rip Van Winkle.
All right. Austin Matta pulling back.
Good story.
Pulling back to the line. Matta making his way back And there's TLO, there's Osoli. We'll throw some cameras on. No, this is not a do-over. That was just a competition timeout. Austin Matta called the you won and done. One competition timeout, so that is it. He got hands in the car, absolutely necessary. You know, hey, you got problems with your car, you got to get hands on it, you got to call a comp timeout. There's no runs left. Oh, wow, so we are hearing the supercharger is bad. So just as we talked about, you know, the power adders here and the supercharger saying not 100, and wow, what a bummer.
He's going to be down on that 1100 horsepower.
Right.
But granted, I'm not sure if he runs nitrous or not. I've seen the advancement of these Link ECUs, of course, that
they can offset it.
Yeah, like they'll like.
I know Odie's got that set up.
Like,
yeah.
Just throw more giggle gas at it.
Yeah, and then I mean we've seen, you know, we. You know, if supercharger's out, you might be down power, but as you said, throwing some nitrous at it could offset it. But, you know, we talk about Odie and Simon's setup, and they've had unfortunately, some catastrophic engine failures. So, you know, obviously not the most ideal thing, but, you know, look, Osoli talked about his car sounded interesting, sounded unique, didn't sound 100%, but now it seems that he's doing all right. So we'll see, but the finals are set. This is it. Matta called his comp timeout, and Osoli will lead for the finals here. Round 3 of the Link Engine Management ProSpec Championship. TLO Tommy Lemaire, the Canadian, waits in the wings. He's guaranteed 3rd place. Osoli will assume the lead by 2 points going into Utah, our final round of the ProSpec Championship. Let's send it. Here we go. Osoli, Connor O'Sullivan, the RTS BMW initiates. Austin Matta, aggressive. But look at that, he drops into formation now, transitioning outside zone 2. Matta does grip up, he shoots in on the inside. That's definitely showing you the power loss there. Now in that 3rd outside zone, Osoli rings on through in that last outside zone, put a bow on it. Osoli into, again, there goes Matta, shallow on the line. So Osoli definitely an advantage here, and just knowing what we know, I'm glad that we do, and that justifies, you know, Matta in that chase.
Yeah, you got to hand it to him to, especially being at a down on power like that, and whether or not he had nitrous enough to compensate for it. I knew he was going to have to drive harder, and he did initially, but it's just not enough against that rocket ship. That whether or not O'Sullivan is also having issues, it just wasn't enough to overcome. But great proximity there from Austin as he brings it around, and you know, you just can't keep the tires lit enough to keep the line that you need to through that chase position in that outer zone 2. And O'Sullivan doing a great job. Little left foot brake there to keep the car composed through outer zone 3 as we switch back into outer zone 4. And Matta just taking that little bit of a shortcut there to finish out the run. And you know, the look from the eye in the sky as we liked it. It was exciting at first, but we kind of knew in the back of our minds that Matta's going to have to drive this thing very differently, being down on that much power, because when you don't have boost and that car and the engine, everything else is built around that, the tune is just going to really suffer. And hopefully it doesn't damage anything if, like, say, the turbine and that supercharger is going to, you know, be fed into the engine or not. So,
oh no, Matta, he is out of the car. So an anticlimactic potential victory here for Osoli, and it looks like Matta will have to retire, and that will be a victory lap for Connor O'Sullivan. Has to retire. Gloves are off. He knows he's not 100%. I think it's a smart decision. You know, I mean, you don't want to risk your car. Also, say he initiates, Osoli goes into him. Mm-hmm. You know, I think that's a gentlemanly thing to do. He knows he's down on power. Why blow up the engine if you got, like you say, more giggle gas out of that? Could, you know, obviously explode that thing. Look at that. Look at the fridge is giving the fridge pound right there. Michael Weber giving Austin Matta. So it looks like this will be a victory lap. Matta will wait there in the wings. And again, Osoli will assume the lead unofficially over TLO. So go ahead and send him, Matta. Hold your head high, brother. That's you. Yeah, man, shred it till you dead it. Well, don't dead it, okay? Let's just keep it clean, man. So a victory lap here for Connor O'Sullivan.
back-to-back victories for him. He wins in New Jersey, and with this run, he will win here in St. Louis. So TLO wins our round 1 of the Link Engine Management ProSpec Championship in Atlanta, and now it is an Osoli train. Here we go. Max is going to send him a little spray of the nitrous and a victory lap for Osoli. And again, unofficially taking the championship lead by 2 points over TLO, who gets that final podium spot. Make some noise as he makes noise going around the track. Listen to that thing sing around this Worldwide Technology Raceway. A fist pump out the window because the excitement is in the RTS Osoli camp. Again, with the victory and unofficially that championship points lead.
Wow.
What do you think?
This was, man, I almost feel like
It
were a little
happens.
cheated with, yeah, you know.
No, it happens, man.
It's good on Austin, you know, like you're saying, that's the gentlemanly way to do it. You don't want to sacrifice his engine or have him pile up into a mid-outer zone 1. And, yeah, that's just the way the cookie crumbles sometimes.
Yep.
But
it's still sweet.
Yeah, it was a great.
It's a cookie.
These are probably some of my favorite battles we've had in ProSpec in the season so far, and now we got a real tight clincher for the championship. TLO's got a. Everyone's gonna have to work that much harder in that camp, and that track is no slouch. We got the elevation, the high speed. It's gonna be a real treat.
All right, so let's bring him here in front of the fans, and we will announce, you know the outcome here, so no surprise as Austin Matta had to retire. Obviously a little anticlimactic with Austin having to park it, but, you know, again, hold his head high, getting towed over there for our second spot. But as I step outside of the car, make some noise for him, all 3 of the drivers. And again, we'll wash, rinse, repeat here at Worldwide Technology Raceway because we got Pro going down tomorrow. That is right. And also, if you're here in the building, come join us at the podium ceremony. Got some whiz kids here with the Drift Wizard hats cheering on Andy Haley, the Drift Wizard. But as they step outside of the car, make some noise for them. I'll announce third place. Third place here at round 3 of the Formula Drift Link Engine Management ProSpec Championship. Make some noise. Austin Matta with third place here at round 3 of the ProSpec Championship.
Austin Matta got second.
Oh, I'm sorry. Jeez.
TLO with
TLO.
third place.
Tommy Lemaire gets third place. Sorry, I got ahead of myself. Third place, Tommy Lemaire. There he is. Tommy Lemaire. I apologize, out of order. TLO, again, a great effort there. Now second place. That's right. Make some noise for him. Second place, Austin Matta. Second place. That's right. And finally, your winner here. And again, unofficially, your points leader. One more round left. We will see you at round 4 of the Formula Drift Link Engine Management ProSpec Championship. Again, back-to-back wins for Connor O'Sullivan. Congratulations to him. Again, O'Sullivan, Matta, and TLO. Apologize for the order, out of order there, but again, we wanted to see that battle. But Lorette, you're down there. I see you down there, ready to get the questions, get the answers. You always got the right questions. Down to you, Lorette.
So Connor, with 1 round left, we're going into Salt Lake for the championship, which you are now leading. Do you change anything about your driving?
I just got to put some taillights on it. Salt Lake City is my favorite track, and I'm excited to go out there. It's going to be sick.
What are your...
We're planning on keeping that #1 position.
How are you going to do that?
Just got to drive hard and keep doing what we're doing. We put a lot of work in for this. The team's killing it. I'm doing my job, and everything's going perfect. So hopefully we can keep this up.
Yeah. And so you're going into Salt Lake in that #1 position, already ranked. How do you keep that momentum going?
It's a good spot to be in. So as long as we drive solid, I think we'll be all right. So.
Okay. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner, round 3 here in St. Louis.
Thank you so much, Lorette. Congratulations, O'Sullivan, Austin Matta, and TLO, Tommy Lemaire. Join us at the podium. We'll give out the trophies. Thank you to our judges, Vernon, Robbie, Brian Egger. Thank you to Chris Yule. Thank you to Ryan Sage. And, of course, thank you, Matt Sopa. You're going to be down on the line for pro competition tomorrow.
Absolutely.
But your closing thoughts on ProSpec, you know, what do you thought?
Like I've already said, we're going to have some real good heaters here going into Utah with you know, it's almost going to be like the TLO and Sullivan show are going to be focused on. But like I said, we always have those guys waiting, lurking in the shadows that can really disrupt things, because everybody in this field of ProSpec is got the talent to do that.
Yeah. All right, there it is. You can see TLO saying third place. We will see. It comes down to Utah. And, yeah, here's a look at our standings. Connor O'Sullivan, there it is, 2 points above TLO. Austin Matta slides into third.
Wow.
Cody Buchanan slides up to fourth. Nate Chen, unfortunately, gets knocked down to fifth. But, again, Josh Love, Amanda Sorenson, Chestnut, he jumped up quite a bit. Jaden, again, Drifter J, and Cole Richards rounding out the top 10. So, again, a lot of talent. There it is, 1, 2, and 3 here at round 3. Join us on the podium. On behalf of Matt Sopa, our judges, our crew, our staff, our whole, again, live stream crew, thank you to all the drivers, all the teams, all the sponsors. We'll see you online, and we'll see you tomorrow for round 5 of the Formula Drift Pro Championship. I'm Jared Dienda. Send it, Formula Drift Nation.
Gonna get back when I feel like you know I don't play right. I'll put up a good fight. Just give me the word, right? You know I don't play right. You know I don't play right. Don't give me this. I'm gonna get back when I feel like